Good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a lovely Saturday morning. Hopefully you're not all snowed in. Hannah did have a bit of a panic last night thinking that she was going to be snowed in. With Hannah and Emma, it's so lovely. The girls are officially all together today. We've got Adelle joining me later on. We've got a lovely Saturday lineup. Oh, I know. Adele's been preparing me for the birth, which is really quite scary. That's what you want before 8 a.m. on a Saturday, isn't it? But anyway, I know she's been so lovely. I think. So yeah, Adele's going to be joining me at 9 and 11 and her projects are adorable. We will show you them after the early bird. So let's start, as we mean to go on, with a great saving on one of my favourite books. Now, we launched this way back when, probably right towards the start of the show, back last March or something. And it's one that we've had to keep reordering because it's been so popular. This is Sensational Quilts for Scrap Lovers. So those of you that have got a stash of fabric, which, let's face it, I know we all have, today we've got a £5 discount on one of my favourite books, and there's a reason for it. So you've probably heard me talk about this book before. It's one that's normally, if I'm being brutally honest, if we do it in a kit, if we do it with fabrics, it's very expensive because this is designed, all of these quilts are designed to use lots of different fabrics. So it is designed for scraps, basically. It is designed for smaller pre-cuts. It's designed for bits that you've got left over that you just can't bear to part with. So it goes through what's so special about these sizes and why it's important to keep hold of them. Using odd shapes and bias edges, it will talk you through how you can use those. Because we always think, oh, am I going to use this shape? Am I going to use this size? I don't want to throw it away. I don't want to throw away my lovely Liberty fabrics or, you know, some of my favourite Kafes or favourite Tulas. If they are your favourite colours, just keep them all aside and you can make such incredible quilts. And it will talk to you about how to use different sizes and different shapes. Also, as you go through, I mean, it's got lots of great examples and really clear diagrams. This is one of my favourite parts. Now, I'm very bad at putting together colours. Some people have got a natural eye for it, but there is actually sort of science and a colour theory behind it. And this talks you through it. So if, like me, you've got lots of fabrics that, yes, you can organise into colour groups, but you're not quite sure of what's going to complement, what fabrics to put together, I would just end up with all pinks. Yeah, all of my nail varnishes are all corals, all pinks. That's it. Yeah, just named a different name by a different company, but it's basically the same shade of corally pink. So this is what's brilliant, is it will talk you through how to work with your colours. From favourite colour, colour wheel, complementary, split complementary, all of your different colours, the colour wheel's there for you. And that's even before you get to the projects. So it talks you all through the colour theory. Then it talks to you about piecing curves. So it's got a whole section on measuring for curves, cutting for curves, sewing for curves. So that's going to be so useful for other projects as well that you've got in other books that you've probably been avoiding. This is brilliant though. Look at how beautiful these quilts are. And I suppose you can take smaller elements of them. You can take different blocks. It's showing you how they're constructed. These just using, again, smaller pre-cuts, smaller sizes, but colour placement. How amazing is this? So over time, you could build a memory quilt of some of your favourite fabrics. Look at this. I know with Tilda, lots of people keep smaller pieces because they all mingle in together. They all work together, don't they? They all work together to make one ultimate Tilda quilt. Would be amazing. In fact, we've got some Tilda pre-cuts coming up in our show later on. Split screens, quite a few of these we've actually seen on the show, by the way. We've done precious metals with, I think that was with Sally Ann. That one's really gorgeous because look, you've got all of your sort of monochromy colours and then just choosing 4 different colour palettes. That's a big quilt as well. That is a big quilt. We've done this one before as well. This is the Sleepy Tiny Teepee Town. I think we've done that with Wendy Orlando. But unusual shapes, aren't they? It's good to be able to use up. I love that as well. But again, in different colours. How cool would this look in monochromes or in your blues? It's going to look gorgeous. fractured 4-patch. See, there's so many quilt projects as well. Not only does it talk through, as I say, the curves, not only does it talk about the using scraps and smaller pieces, it also has loads of projects. Now today, it's at a very competitive price of $18.99, as it is our early bird special. We had a bit of a look this morning. This is Waterstones, very famous shop. Have a look. This one is $23.99. That is on sale right now, $23.99. So have a look elsewhere. We are offering a brilliant reduction today, just $18.99. If you've got loads in your stash, if you want to do a bit of a lockdown stash buster, then this is going to be perfect. I know lots of us have been organising through our stash. In fact, I remember last year in the first lockdown, Hannah used to send Kat packages of scrap fabric for her English paper piecing. So maybe if you've got lots of scraps, you know, that you're sorting through that you can't part with, this book's going to be a scrap buster. I love, look, this is gorgeous as well. I love the edge of this quilt. This is your sunrise sunset. You could take that onto another quilt design, just using one row as a border around a different quilt. That would look amazing. Oh, a merry-go-round quilt. Merry-go-round quilt. And it will talk you through how to do your binding. Oh, yeah. I don't know what a merry-go-round quilt is, Hannah. Oh. She says, it's just a quilt with a merry-go-round on it. I've missed Hannah. I thought it was some sort of quilt. Yeah, I thought it was a quilt design. Oh. I've missed Hannah's ideas. I have missed Hannah's ideas. Good morning, everybody. Come and say hello to me on Facebook Live. I haven't got it on yet. I'll find it on my iPad in a second and I'll say hello. Do make sure you come say hello to us. Which one am I on? There we go. I'll find it. £18.99 with a £5 reduction. Good morning, Susan. Oh, it's ever so cold, isn't it? We've had snow here. Ellen said, good morning from a freezing cold Staffordshire. Susan, good morning from a very cold and snowy Derbyshire. Anne said, good morning, Vicky. It's snowing here in Shropshire. We've got Alan as well. Good morning, everybody. I was sewing late last night and a bird hit my window. Oh, no. Alan. Oh, no. I shouldn't laugh. I hope the bird's okay. I hope the bird's okay. Oh dear. 18.99. It's scary, isn't it, though, if you hear an almighty bang? Normally, hopefully he's okay. Right, so that is today's early bird. It's just £18.99. It's normally £5 more expensive even here at Sewing Street. So hopefully you've opened your order nice and early, as we've got a jam-packed show for you today. This first hour, I'm seeing so many fabrics that I have never seen before. Sanderson's fabric, new Moda fabric range, which is gorgeous. I've heard how popular that was last week when it launched. We've got some beautiful bundles. At 9 o'clock, Fit and Flare dress, which is a really lovely new look pattern. Look at that. Maybe you've had, you know, if you're a wedding guest to weddings that have been postponed this year, maybe you've got a bit of extra time to be able to sort your outfit. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? I can imagine that would be gorgeous. Imagine wearing a nice dress in the summer. Something. Remember when we wore something other than our pajamas? First thing I do when I get home is just put my lounge set on, yeah. Me and Hannah went through a stage of trying to dress like ladies, didn't we? Didn't last very long. At 10 o'clock, we've got pre-cuts featuring Moda, featuring Tilda, featuring Tula Pink. We've got amazing pre-cuts coming up at 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock, the most adorable wool coat. Oh, look at this. It's so cute. Whether it be for a little boy, little girl, we've got colourways for everybody. It's absolutely gorgeous. And of course, Adele, well, she is an amazing teacher. She's a teacher, but she's also an amazing teacher at teaching everybody to sew. So if you've got any questions for her, get them in. And then at 12 o'clock, are you ready for your daily dose of Yarn Lane? We have got bundles, patterns, kits, discounts coming up as well in that show. Now, we're going to start with some really beautiful brand new white on white. Now I've got 4 different patterns. On screen, I'm not going to lie, it's very, very difficult to show you. We will do our best. Shall we start with... Yes, I can find that one for you. Right, so what I love about white on white is that you can mix this in with so many other fabrics, and instead of using just a plain white, it makes such a difference having just that bit of texture and just that extra bit of pattern, which you can see here is this really beautiful large floral print. It is white on white, so it is difficult to show you. I think they've changed the white to grey so you can see the pattern on this picture. So that's the pattern that you'll see. But it's so beautiful. It's so, so beautiful. If you want to focus on your quilting, if you want to make another fabric sing, it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Even in the background, do you know, using maybe Liberties or something like that, it's still got that lovely floral print, which is going to complement so many of your fabrics. It's very subtle. It is subtle, but it's, do you know, it's not boring. It's not just having a plain stark white. I think sometimes if you do put a white in the background, don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place it looks really dramatic, but sometimes it can look quite stark, whereas just having that lovely pattern is so pretty. I'm thinking, you know, even if you were to just take 1/2 metre of this, which is 112 wide, so that's what 1/2 metre looks like. You can buy more, of course, we sell by the 1/2 metre. Backs of cushions or linings. If you're thinking of Dresden plates, the background of a Dresden plate would look lovely. Or little Peter Pan collars on dresses and things like that. It just takes away from that stark white. Morning, Pauline. How is everybody today? Come say hello to us. Hannah said, I'm all right, you know. I'm all right. How many quality streets you had today? Far too many. She went, oh, she says, I feel sick. What have I eaten too many? Eaten too many. She says, I was regretting it. But they're so tasty, aren't they? They're so. We're trying to get rid of all of the Christmas chocolate. There's still so much here. My excuse is I've got mince pies galore that need to go, and the only way they're going to go is if I eat them. So, yeah. And once they're gone, they're gone. Then the diet starts once they're out of the house. So, yeah, that's the same as we're working here. We've still got chocolates and Christmas treats. So, that one's with the large floral. £6.99 1/2 metre. It's quilting weight cotton. It's brand new today. Tell me what you use your white on white fabric for as well. Message in. We'd love to hear from you. Just white on white quilting is so lovely. It's so pretty. Send in any pictures. If you've used any in your make, studio@sewingstreet.com if you want to send in photographs. This one ends in 24, JLYV24, which is a really smaller scale print this time. This is called White Cherry. Really lovely ditzy prints. Again, we could show you a photo in a second, but have a look at this. Oh yeah, that's perfect, Emma. We've got lots of lovely Modas this hour and Sandersons, which I think actually, you know, when you're looking at more traditional fabrics and more traditional colours, this one's a really lovely traditional print. I'm thinking for tableware, fresh spring, lovely tableware. Or for bedding, you know, if you've just got plain white bedding, just to add some white scatter cushions or a white bolster cushion with a beautiful ribbon and buttons. Or you could even just take this and make pillowcases, couldn't you? On white bed, I just love white bedding, but this adds a little bit of interest to it as well. We've got the Moda Fat Quarters, which are coming up. These are brand new, and these are so beautiful for spring. They're coming up in our pre-cut show. They are on pre-order, though, so everything, I believe, is Han. Have you put everything on pre-order? Yeah, so these Moda Fat Quarters are on pre-order. But we just thought these, quite springy anyway, you've got really lovely quality and beautiful patterns. But even if you're just getting, you know, a metre of this or half a metre, but I think this is really lovely to complement it, and it'll mean your Moda will go even further. This is your white cherry. Can we show you the print on the photograph that you've got, Hannah? £6.99 a half metre. So that's what it looks like. It does remind me of a very traditional, very classic, dare I say, Liberty print. It reminds me of Liberty. It's so gorgeous. But I must say, it's not overpowering. It isn't a full, you know, floral print. It's just subtle. It is very subtle. But when you're looking at a quilt and your eyes go round it, instead of seeing that stark white, you'll still notice those lovely little ditzy prints. There's still movement. There's still texture with it. You know, sometimes your eyes stop when it's a solid colour, whereas this is lovely. I know this, sometimes solid colours have a time and a place and they look amazing on contemporary quilts, but if you are doing more of your traditional, I think this is perfect. It's brand new in today again. Brand new, £6.99. Okay. Oh no, I must say, I love those Moda fat quarters. Hannah's saying, sorry for having to bring those forward, but my word, they would go perfectly, wouldn't they? Okay. Just so you know, let's see, this one is about to sell out. Oh my word, I love this. I think it must have been put into a project somewhere, so you may see it coming up. But we've got a very, very limited quantity. White on white. Oh, I can see why. I can see why that is so popular. Tell me why, Hannah. I can tell you why. I can tell you why. We can just see it, can't you? You can tell. Just look at it. So pretty. Yeah, that is about to sell. That is about to sell out. There's more of you that have got that in your basket than we have availability. Hopefully we've got more of that will come up in a project. Hopefully they've already taken stock out for another project. We've also got this one, which is again, very traditional. Just be aware. What's this called? Ah, fleur de lis. Look at this. Look at that. Your fleur de lis. So we've seen embroidery patterns like this, haven't we? I think we've done a fleur de lis embroidery print. It's a very famous print, isn't it? Am I upside down? It's on the graphics. Am I upside down or not? Can you see that you've got larger scale ones and then you've got smaller ones? Oh, they're multi-directional. Sorry. I did. I know the pub, the Fleur de Lis. Yeah, Fleur de Lis. It's down the road from here, isn't it? It's meant to look like a stylised lily. Which it's French, isn't it, Fleur de Lis? But it's a stylised lily print. Very interesting. Hannah started her story, but then stopped because I think it turned into French and she couldn't read it. £6.99 a half metre, but if you do want more, remember it's going to be cut off the bolt for you. It's really pretty. Very traditional, going to look great, as all of them are, with any of your more traditional fabrics. Hello, Sally Ann Harrison. What have you got the scissors out for, Sally Ann Harrison? Oh, I heard, Sally Ann Harrison, you went home with the microphone on. I heard that Sally Ann Harrison, she went home, she didn't realise that she still had a microphone attached to her until she'd got home. But how funny is that? No, what are you trimming today? What are you cutting? She's got a scissor emojis there. She's got a scissors emoji on a comment. Here we go. Love the fleur de lis. Oh, it is lovely, isn't it? What would you use the white on white for, Sally Ann? It's nice with your traditional colourways, I think. With the Modas, it's beautiful, isn't it? £6.99 a half metre. Just don't tell everyone. Sorry. Oh, you're the talk of the town here. Talk of the town. Okay. Right. We'll come back to those, by the way, and don't forget, they are on pre-order. If you want these, they are brand new in today, brand new Moda Fat Quarters, perfect for springtime. And I know that even though lots of us waking up with snow this morning again, we're thinking ahead of spring. We're thinking ahead, we're making for spring. So these are gorgeous. They're coming up in our 10 o'clock hour, but they are on pre-order if you want to get ahead. Shall we do the Moda? Right, so we've got the Daybreak range, which launched only last week, wasn't it? I've never even seen this before, and it's so gorgeous. Now, this navy bundle, now this one's in different, well, in colourway. So these are all the navies. So there were 3 larger bundles. There's only this one larger bundle left. In fact, there's only 2. There is only 2. So you have this amazing Moda paisley print. And look at the colours. You've then also got the birds, the beautiful flowers. You've got the stripes. Whoops. You've got the stripes. You've also got the berries. All of these are half metres, by the way. All of these are half metres. But if you were to put, you know, white in the background of it, there is white in there. It's going to look really gorgeous, especially with the white on white. But these are so gorgeous. So you've got lots of different scales of print in this bundle. Perfect for quilting. You can't go wrong. When you're talking about Moda quality, I mean, it doesn't really get much better. They really are renowned for their quality quilting fabric. Just so you know, it is about to sell out. We've got more of you that have got it in your basket than available, so do make sure you're checking out as soon as you can. Ditzy scale print, and then you've also got this one as well. We're about to sell out. Okay, we've got some smaller Moda bundles. Can we start with, okay. This one's with the stripe. The larger bird, you found it. Okay, this one is called Cream. This is your Daybreak on Cream. Gosh, I love that. If you search Daybreak on the website, you can see what we have by the half metre. It's now incredibly limited. So if you want to mix in other colours, do make the most of the half metre fabrics that we've got. Look at that. That is gorgeous, isn't it? And as I say, the quality of it is absolutely superb. You've got so much beautiful colour. I love that. That is one of my favourites. Now, remember, these are all going to be pre-cut, all ready for you into half metres. And they all complement each other so beautifully. You've got 4 different Modas for £27.99. Even though this is the Daybreak collection, I think this is going to go with so many other Moda collections. In fact, so many other collections, full stop. It does just work really, really beautifully as your, you know, very traditional colourways. There's some lovely quilts that you're going to be able to make. Maybe you've got a pattern in mind. Maybe for bag making as well. This one's really pretty. And they all, as we say, complement each other absolutely perfectly. I like this because the background, you've got a really lovely stripe on it as well. £27.99 for 2 metres of fabric. And when you think about it, I mean, I know when they're folded up, it's quite deceiving. You get so much fabric. They're 112 wide. That's how much fabric you get per cut. So there's 4 of those, which is brilliant, isn't it? It's loads. Those of you that have got a pattern in mind, maybe you want to add some of your white on white with it, or a cream, and it's going to go a really long way. And then the last one that you get is this one. They're all so pretty. They're all so, so pretty. Whether you want to, I'd struggle to sort of cut these up. These would be lovely because you're not going to lose any of the print. I would keep the large one as maybe a cushion, and then you could use this as the binding. You could do like a bolster cushion or scatter cushions that they all complement each other. You could fussy cut the birds from the centre of the larger scale print and applique, or, you know, do all sorts with it. Hello, oh, you're in East Staffordshire. It's freezing and snowing, Sue. Nice to see you, having my brekkie with you all. Oh, thank you. We've all had our brekkie. We've had chocolates for breakfast. And shortbread. Hannah's bought in loads of shortbread. Right, so this one, this one's just £27.99. Shall we do this one? I don't know which one you've called it. So, just so you're aware, they all are called very similar names, so keep your eyes peeled. Now, this one's called Silver and White. Haven't got the bird prints in this one. These are more your florals. So this would look, again, really nice with your white on white. I would get half a metre of your white on white and it will really let the Moda sing. I love this sort of duck eggy blue as well. That's nice, isn't it? There's little elements. So the duck egg blue that you can see on the leaves, you've also got little dots in the background here, which complement beautifully. See, this one, I think that's quite contemporary actually as well. It doesn't need to all be, you know, you're more traditional. It doesn't all need to be the same project either. This is the great thing about, you know, getting bundles of fabric like this. It's free reign. Maybe you've got a project in mind for it. Maybe smaller accessories or storage tubs, things like that, getting organised for the new year. Hannah's having a new bathroom. Decorating. If you are maybe, just bringing some spring colours into your decor. This is lovely. You've got a sofa bed as well. Sofa bed, got delivered yesterday. Oh my word, of course it is. You're still not over this orange obsession, are you? She's still lacking social contact, obviously. It's orange velvet. She said it's definitely too big to get up the stairs. They delivered it 9 o'clock last night. Oh, no. So they obviously won't deliver it up the stairs. So is it downstairs in the... Yeah. They can't bring it into the house. So it's just downstairs. Hannah, so right at the start of lockdown, she painted everything orange and started to think, right, why is it that I'm painting everything orange? So we Googled it, we had a look, and it literally said that you were missing social interaction, and that's why you were drawn to that colour. I don't know why you're missing social interaction. Is anybody else painting everything orange and ordering orange furniture? She says, I will show you a picture of it on the break. Okay, thank you. Send it in so we can show everybody. £27.99 for 2 metres of your Daybreak Moda. How beautiful is this? First time I've seen it, could be brand new to you too. When we launched the whole range, loads of the fabrics were selling out. Lots of them very, very limited now on the website as well. If you type in Daybreak Moda. In fact, have a look on pre-order as well, because we've got the charm pack. I think the fat quarter's sold out. We've got the 10-inch charm pack, which is very exciting. First time we've ever had it. Now, this one has got your stripes, your florals, and the smaller scale birds. This one's Hannah's called Cream and Grey. Can't you tell she took creative writing as a specialist? £27.99. Oh! So this has also got that really lovely stripe in between. This one has got the grey background, which is going to go with so many home decors. But then just having that pop of colour. See, I'm not very good at adding pops of colour. I must say, I do have a very sort of... I need to take a leaf out of Hannah's book. She's very good at not just a little splash of colour, just colour, orange everywhere. But just adding smaller elements. I mean, this would be really lovely for English paper piecing as well. This would be really, really lovely for fussy cutting and EPP. That is so beautiful. Oh, yes, I'd love to see Christine's picture. Hi, Christine. Oh, Christine. Oh, we were talking about Dresden the other day with Kerry. I love a Dresden. And she's used the white on white in the background. Is that Liberty on the front? Ooh. I tell you what, it really makes the block, the Dresden itself, stand out, doesn't it? But then when you're up close and personal to it, it won't look stark. It'll still be in keeping with all the Liberty, having your white on white. Christine, love it, love it, love it. And is that a very fancy posh machine in the background? Hannah's spotted. This is lovely. Oh, it's one that's fitted into the table. Nice. Oh gosh, we had a couple of giggles once when we were demonstrating some tables, didn't we? Oh, they're amazing when you've got them fitted in your home, but when you've got them on the telly studio during a live show, when you've got 5 of them to wheel through and try and do and demonstrate, it's very difficult, very, very challenging. It's really fun, actually. And I said, that's why they say you don't work on the television with animals, children, or moving tables. That's what they say. That is the famous saying, isn't it? £27.99. Remember this one, that lovely stripe in the background. And this is like a beautiful corally red, isn't it? So gorgeous. There wasn't a whole red colourway in this collection. It's all just scattered. I think because, you know, it's still got that traditional feel, it's still nice and subtle, but it is still just adding that pop of colour. That's, I think, my favourite bundle so far. We've also got the golds. The golds are gorgeous. Right, so this one, oh, paisley print, your berries. Oh, look at this one. Different scales of print of your berries. So this one's called Silver and Gold. See, look at that. Just 1/2 metre. How would you use this? The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. Look, have you seen the... It says on the selvage, the breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. If somebody said that to me in the morning. No, good job on my, I am a morning person and I do like to get up when I'm awake. Yeah. Although don't tell me that tomorrow, it's a Sunday. I'm staying in bed. The early bird catches the worm, though. Absolutely. It feels good, doesn't it? If I don't get up, I'll really feel that I've wasted the morning, even though there's nothing to do at the moment, is there? I still want to make sure I'm getting up and doing something. You have to, because otherwise, yeah, we can just all feel a bit meh all for the day, can't we? It's important to try and be proactive even through these strange times. Oh, when I say, you know, proactive, I mean rearrange a cupboard in the kitchen or something, and that's my proactive thing done for the day. Oh, honestly, the amount of times I've rearranged those cupboards. Dearie me. I was supposed to be moving house, so I've packed the cupboards. Yeah, I still have packed the cupboards and I'm continuing to pack them because I will still be moving at some point. The golds are lovely as well, aren't they? Really, really gorgeous. Managed to pack away all the clothes that no longer fit me. That's really fun. £27.99. The blues, look at this. Again, it's got that really lovely duck egg blue. I'd be tempted to pull on that colour and do something. It's in the paisley print as well. I'm really drawn to that blue. It's lovely. See, you don't need to use them all in the same project. You can use these quite sparingly actually, because they are absolutely beautiful quality, make them go a long way. You're getting 2 whole meters of fabric there. It's a lot of fabric. And then we've got one other. Go on, what were you going to say, Hannah? Yeah. Absolutely. Just so you know, loads of people have been checking out the wild cherries. We'll show you that one afterwards. This is with the large birds and the smaller scale birds. Yeah, this is that blue again, that bluey grey, that duck eggy blue is lovely. £27.99. The large birds, I think that might have sold out by the half metre. Hannah's going to check. If it is available, then it's very limited. On the launch show, we're down to the last few metres. So do absolutely make the most of it. We're at £27.99. It's available in the navy, but I don't know about this steely blue. That's lovely. If anybody wants to do what Hannah's doing and search Daybreak on the website, then you'll be able to find loads of these. Is this class as silver? In silver it's available. I think this one is called blue though, isn't it? Yeah, it's hard because it is quite a silvery blue, but that is a blue. So you've got the larger scale print, which you could just do some beautiful fussy cutting with. The big birds on blue, this one is completely sold out by the half metre. So if you do want it, it's now only available in this bundle. Maybe in the navy and silver, we've got it by the half metre, but that's it. If you search Daybreak on the website, keep scrolling through, you'll find all of them. In fact, I'll show you. If you go to sewingstreet.com, search the word Daybreak. This is what you'll see underneath. Now, that's all we have left, and it's not showing you quantities. So that's the navy. And is silver the one on the left? Is that definitely not the one that we've got? No. Oh, so there is a blue one that's gone. Okay. I didn't have any of the pinks. Click on that one, Hannah, just for a second. The pink bundle, that one's lovely, isn't it? The pink's there. Go back, sorry. Click on the one that says silver. I think it is. It's AEW 194. If you go back to it, Emma, is Emma in control of it? That one on the left. Ah, yes, so there is availability. Right, so that is the one that I've got. So the blue one's sold out, but this one that I've got is now very, very limited. If you want it more by the half metre, it's the one that's called silver. £6.99 a half metre, or you get half a metre. No, it's all right. It's all right, it's all right. I know that we're limited on them, so we weren't sure whether it's sold out. That's the smaller scale print. This is the gold. Just so you know, there's only 2 of these bundles left. After the kerfuffle, only 2 bundles left. Now, let's just recap the cherries. When you think of all the little ditzy prints in all of that collection, the cherry is really lovely to complement all of them, isn't it? So, half a metre. Well, I suppose you can have as much as you want. Over a quarter of the stock is now checked out. If you've got it in your basket, please do make sure you're quick, especially if you want multiple units. If you're thinking for bedding, if you're thinking for larger projects, then this is perfect. If you want to stock up for cushion backing and linings and things like that, or a big quilt, absolutely check out our multiple units. 90% of the people who have checked out have bought multiple units. It's only one postage and packaging. It will all come up joined up together. It'll be cut off the bolt for you. It's just £6.99 a half metre. And look at that lovely little ditzy print. Just adds a bit of interest, doesn't it, to your white fabric? We always use white. We're always going to need white fabric. It's your bread and butter, isn't it? You always have white thread. You always have black thread. And this is just a little bit more interesting. It does add more interest to the eye. Just £6.99 a half metre. Amazing. I'm all good. How are you? I know, I'm trying to get noticed, you see. I haven't done any singing for ages. And I'm actually a bit scared because I used to do lots of singing and now I thought, what about if I can't sing anymore? All these poor people who have booked us for weddings that have postponed them and had to postpone again. And I'm going to sing at the wedding. I'm like, I've forgotten how to sing now. So I'm just trying to keep it up every now and then. So if I burst into song singing half a metre, just don't mind me. Yes, yeah. Now, Hannah tried to put together as many Sanderson bundles as possible. We're low on stock on everything, so we've managed 2. We've got this one and this one. That one. Oh. Hannah says I bought half a metre of this because I really wanted a face mask. Do you know what? If you do face masks, you can have the solid colour as your lining and you can have half a metre as the outer. And that would be beautiful. So would you do it like, would you kind of fussy cut them to have this as the sort of focal point? The rectangular ones with the pleats. Ah, okay. She said I just loved all the colours with it. These would be perfect, wouldn't they? Oh, do you know what then, Hannah? Have a look on the website, because if you're making lots of face masks, I wonder whether the lining that was the early bird yesterday is still at the early bird price. It was a whole metre for £5, well, less than £5. Whole metre. Because you can make loads. You can make loads of face masks with this bundle, couldn't you? £10.99. You can make, what, 4 minimum? I suppose it depends how you cut it, if you are going to focus the centre. Just £10.99. Hannah says, so just being brutally honest, that's the reason I put the bundle together, because that's the one that I wanted. It will look lovely as a cushion. I'd use the lilac as piping around the outside or a border around the outside of a cushion. Or, I mean, you can use them for different projects, but purple's always going to be very, very popular, and it does look perfect with the beautiful purple in this. It's the first time I've seen any of the Sanderson's range, and I must say it's so popular. I've heard John Scott talking about it, and I know how popular this is. Just so you know, don't trust the picture on the web for the bundle, because it looks a completely different colour. Just go by what you can see on screen. It's got like a golden background with like a mottled effect on your floral. Remember, each half metre is equivalent to 2 fat quarters. So you're getting 2 fat quarters of the designer fabric and 2 fat quarters of your Rose and Hubble solid. How good's that? 4 fat quarters, £10.99. Any Sanderson homeware, of course, textiles, it's all really, really expensive. Really expensive. I think I had a Sanderson's print sofa when we were young. I don't know. Not, I didn't. I think my family did. Was that a thing? Do they do lots of homewares? It's expensive, apparently. Oh, John Scott's got Sanderson sheets. Say no more. Maybe we didn't have a Sanderson's. Maybe it was just a similar print. If we didn't know it, that would sound really wrong, wouldn't it, about Hannah talking about John Scott's bed sheets. Okay. She's getting a little violin out at the moment because she's not seen anybody's bed sheets. Okay. You're welcome. Oh, I don't get to work with Hannah very often. We have to embarrass her. Oh, this one is my cup of tea. This one is gorgeous. In fact, bag making, this would be amazing. Front and lining. Let me open this out. That is lovely. John Scott's got the most amazing chair, which you've probably all seen on his social media, and it's like this sort of colour. This would be an amazing cushion for John. I love this bundle. No. The Beth Studley pods. All of the Beth Studley patterns have been amazing, haven't they? Every single Beth Studley pattern that we've had is sold out. We're going to get more of them. But we had the pods, which I've not seen, but apparently these would be amazing with Beth Studley pods if you've got the pattern. Hannah's gone to find me one so she can show me. £10.99, again, for face coverings, for bags, for a tote bag, shopper bag. Oh, it's very fancy, isn't it? It just oozes opulence. I love that the colours are like watercolours. They look like they've been hand painted. Oh, these pods are great, aren't they? What do you put in these, Hannah? And don't tell me that you're going to use them for your new bathroom for toilet rolls, because this is what she says, well, I was going to. No. The pattern's out of stock at the moment. Those of you that got it, because loads of you have got the pattern, I think lots of you have got the smaller one. I think they look lovely with the print on the outside, and then the pink on the inside will look really striking. Do you put your plants in there? Could you put a plant in or hang them up in the bathroom? Cotton wool buds and cotton wool balls, things like that. Or in your workrooms, you could put your wonder clips in one, couldn't you? The bigger ones, your hair bits and bobs in, hair brushes and things, just storage tubs. They're ideal, aren't they? Absolutely. Oh, see, I could have them on the wall hanging next to the baby's changing table, couldn't I? With all the little nappy bits and bobs that you need. Oh, there's so many things that you need. There's so many things that you need. Yeah, they're so perfect, aren't they? And then, you know, when they're toddling around, you can hang it up higher, couldn't you? Oh, they're great. I love this fabric, I must say. Yeah, these are ideal, aren't they? Patterns are out of stock, but just a bit of an idea of what you could make if you've got the pattern. Just so you know, there's only 6 of these bundles remaining. What colour's this? Because that works perfectly. Is it magenta? That is gorgeous, I must say. That works so perfectly. You couldn't have found a better match for that. Oh, it's called Raspberry, just so you know, in case you want more of it. It's called Raspberry on the website. And it's a real nightmare trying to find matching colours, especially when you're looking at thumbnails on the website. Especially when, you know, when you look at the last one, you go, that's a different colour on the web. It's sometimes quite difficult. So when you've got a bundle and it's done on end, you can see it works. Grab it, because that is gorgeous. You can let Hannah, you know, do the hard work and order samples through from the warehouse to see what works. And this one works so well. She doesn't just guess. We're lucky that we've, you know, obviously got the warehouse facility opposite. See, that would look so lovely on a dressing table. You could even just do some nice little, like a lovely table runner. Do you know, a small one for a coffee table or for a dressing table? That's so pretty. Debbie Shaw's got a tray in her book that you put it inside. You put your sort of a tray liner inside a tray. This would look really pretty, these colours together. That one is about to sell out. Remember, we have got the other bundle still. We've still got the other bundle as well. And we have got some Sandersons by the half metre. In fact, I think we've got this one by the half metre. That's exciting. So if you do want more, go for it. Now, the lighter colour bundle, just so you can see again, remember, is this one. You've got the purple and you've got the lighter, beautiful Sandersons Ottoman flowers. If you do want some more of the purple, in this one is called Amethyst on the website. Amethyst colour. Right, can we do these ones by the half metre? Now this one is my fave. So we put that with raspberry, but you could go down the route of the more teal colours, couldn't you? It's up to you now. And if you do want to make a dress, if you want to buy, you know, if you want to make it for a blouse, if you're thinking for a skirt, I mean, how amazing for soft furnishing. As we said, Sandersons sort of is known for their homewares. Imagine doing your own cushions, your own storage tubs for your workroom, your sewing room. It just looks really expensive, doesn't it? It looks very sort of opulent, is probably the word. Just £7.49 a half metre, and it is gorgeous quality Sandersons official fabric. This one will sell out today. If I were you, if you're buying multiple units, definitely get some of the raspberry because it complements perfectly. If you missed out on the bundle, get yourself this and raspberry. It was just a half a metre of this and raspberry, and we made up the bundle, so you can do that at home as well. If you're ringing on the phone line number, speak to the customer service team and they'll be able to get some raspberry in your order as well. because that would look really, really beautiful. Lots of projects, cushions, bags, a larger bag, look amazing. Like a nice weekend bag all quilted. Oh, do you know, nowhere to go yet, but we will one day. There's a lot of people who, yeah, you could have your own bed sheet. Make some fancy bed sheets, Hannah. Be like John Scott. These look amazing. Oh, they're not orange, are they? They're not orange. $7.49. Right, so we've also got the other one that we had in the bundle, but we've got it by the ½ metre. We put it with amethyst. It went really well with amethyst, but you could also put it with a tan. You could put it with any of, even like, look, your golden Moda ones. Couldn't you? There we go. Hannah's practicing to check that she can still sing too. She still can't. Still, no, you're coming on leaps and bounds, Hannah. So me, Elliot and Kat in our bubble, we're desperate to do karaoke. I think that's one thing that we said, right, as soon as we can, we're going to a karaoke bar and having a good old sing. I don't think that'll happen for a while unless you take your own microphone though. So Hannah did a karaoke session the weekend before lockdown and she got asked if she was okay. Didn't somebody ask you if you were okay when you were dancing as well? Oh dear. Right, so this one is £7.49. Oh, she was singing Marilyn Manson's version of Tainted Love in the style of Marilyn Manson. Oh no. Emma, do you like karaoke? £7.49 ½ metre, that lovely tan in the background. And then you've got all of these beautiful, almost like mottle effect. It's not a solid purple. It's got lots of texture to it. It's Sanderson's, need we say anymore. It's absolutely beautiful quality. If you've got any questions for Adelle, by the way, get them in. Get them in for Adelle. She's going to be joining me with all things dressmaking in the next hour. Don't get me wrong, these would be lovely for dressmaking. They are a quilting weight cotton, so they will just give you more of a structured dress. I love all of these. Right, let's do the teal blue. This is so nice. They look as though they're woven, don't they? Can you see what I mean? It's really clever. I think this would be perfect for cushions. Absolutely perfect. Oh, what about a bolster cushion? If it was a heavily woven fabric, it'd obviously be more difficult to work with, but it does almost look like an upholstered woven fabric, doesn't it? Upholstered fabric version of this is ridiculously expensive, in fact. Have a bit of a look. Hannah's going to try and find it for us. It's £7.49 ½ metre, and this is quilting weight cotton. That's really nice, isn't it? I'm thinking for, you know, things like all of our laptop cases and things for the office, or maybe you have got to work from home now for the near future or the foreseeable future, and you want to just jazz up your office sort of space. This would look lovely, wouldn't it? We've got a price comparison. Now, this is what the print is taken from. So this is the original woven, as you can see. And it's reduced at the moment to $39.20 a metre. It's actually out of stock, but it was £49 a metre, and this is where it's taken from. So I know that you're not getting woven fabric, and I know that it's very, very different, but just so you can see that look, even for cushions, I mean, they've just got plain cushions like this. I know they're not going to be as heavy, but, you know, put some interfacing, and for the price point, absolutely. Make yourself some lovely cushions, and you're still getting, it's not the look of a Sanderson's print, it is still Sanderson's print. Oh my word. Right, where's the time gone? What we'll do is any that we don't get chance to do, we could move them into the next hour, if that's all right, Han. We've also got, pre-cuts, we've got Moda. It all kind of fits with our other hour. We're just having a nice chilled Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us. Well, Hannah said earlier on, it's a Sunday, you don't need to do the hoovering today. And then we're like, well, it's Saturday, but you don't need to do the hoovering today. Just sit, pop the kettle on, enjoy the Saturday morning with us. This one is gorgeous. This is your spice colour, paprika. Okay, what's it on? £7.49 a half metre. £7.49 a half metre, and they are absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Such beautiful quality. Hannah, would this go on your new sofa bed? Is this like oranges again, or not your kind of orange? It's more of like, I don't like to use the word rust, but it is that lovely sort of burnt orange, isn't it? Coppery, more of a coppery orange. So this I find is more me. Yeah, this is more me. Not that your orange isn't. I do like your sofa bed. Showed me a picture of it. It does look really nice, orange velvet. But I'm thinking this might look nice. All in situ, it would look good, wouldn't it? £7.49 a half metre. Can I also just tell you before we go to a break, back in stock is the cordless iron. You will see it with Adelle. I think you've already noticed on pre-order. So just in case you hadn't spotted, the Beldray cordless iron is back. Now it can be corded, it can be cordless. So there's a button at the bottom here. You can lock it into place with just literally the flick of a switch. So that means it's locked into place. If you want it corded, easy to use as a corded iron with a nice stand as well. But also if you flick it right to the top, press the trigger button in, then that now means, she says, that will now mean that is completely cordless. There we go, cordless, like that. If I sing it, then it makes it work. So it's also cordless. We've loved this iron. When every single time I bought it to air, it sold out. Every single time John's bought it to air, it completely sells out. It's got vertical steam. It's probably going to sell out again today. So if you do want to make the most of it, Kat's just bought this for her new home, and she said that her mum paid £80 for her iron, and she was absolutely bowled over at the fact that Kat managed to get this for £30. It's a gorgeous quality, and it's cordless, and it will actually heat up in about 20 seconds. So if you put it back in its stand, it heats up again then in about 20 seconds. But you can use this as a cordless iron, and it keeps the heat for a little while. So that's so good, isn't it? If you're doing things like your curtains, you just want to give it a blast of steam. How good's that? That's what I'm thinking. Or I just always get in a tangle with my cord on my iron. It does my head in. So this is brilliant for that. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that is back in stock. You'll see it with Adelle, but it probably will sell out again today. $29.99. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention? Or anything else you want to show? Okay. Are we all okay? Go pop the kettle on. Stay with us though. There's less than 10 irons remaining, just so you know, so please do check out as soon as you can. Don't go anywhere. Adele's going to be joining me next. We've got the gorgeous dress that you can see behind me. We're going to have a closer look at those lovely princess seams and demystify princess seams, so don't go anywhere. Back with Adelle right after this.
Stuck for ideas for the perfect gift? Why not get them a gift card? You can buy Sewing Street and Yarn Lane gift cards loaded up with anything from £10 to £500. Shop our gift cards online at www.sewingstreet.com or www.yarnlane.com, or purchase them via our UK call centre on 0800 001 44 33.
Hello, I'm Adelle Rowland. You may have seen me on shows already. My passion is in dressmaking. I've been sewing now for about 4 years, completely self-taught. I've actually learnt a lot from the mistakes that I've made. In my normal day job, I'm actually a secondary school science teacher, and one of the things that dressmaking has brought is the conversation starter with my students about the dresses, the tops, everything that I've made. I have 2 young daughters and a wonderful husband as well. One secret or surprising fact about me is that I actually have a silver world medal for Irish dancing. My dressmaking top tip is always remember your notches. Don't skip that part with dressmaking because those notches are very important to line up all of your seams. I can't wait to bring more dressmaking projects to you and get more people sewing.
While we're having to spend more time at home again, we're here to keep you busy and entertained. Sewing Street will be live every day from 8 a.m, bringing you plenty of demonstrations with our experts in dressmaking, quilting, bag making, toy making, needle felting, embroidery, and so much more. Our community of fellow sewists on the Sewing Street fans Facebook group are there to chat to you about whatever you're making, sharing photos and advice. Check out the Sewing Street Facebook and Instagram pages for fun competitions and offers.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So, number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual, always keep it to hand because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick unpick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. We'll see you soon.
Hello, welcome back to your Saturday morning show. Lovely to have your company. We've got all things dressmaking today. By the way, the iron is about to sell out. If you managed to get it, well done. We'll see Adelle using it, and if you have already got it, well done, because it's sold out every single time it's come to air. Every single time. We need to get more of those, so keep your eyes peeled for them coming back into stock. Right, so today, we've got 2 dressmaking patterns, one for children and this beautiful dress as well. Now, we're starting with the dress, which I know at the moment things are still strange where we're wearing our pyjamas a lot of the time or wearing our loungewear and staying at home. But there will come a time that we get to do all of those beautiful occasions, maybe ones that have been postponed, things that we've missed. And how stunning is this dress? And there is nothing more satisfying than being able to say, yes, I made this. You're going to have so many compliments on this really pretty dress. And I must say, it looks really flattering as well. There's two different options, one with like a capped sleeve and a shorter length. And this one's a shorter sleeve with a beautiful long length as well. Adelle's done a bit of a hybrid and she's combined them. So there's nothing stopping you, actually. This is the great thing about dressmaking, is once, you've got your confidence and you can work from a pattern, you can then, of course, do a bit of a mix and match. And I like that the sort of capped shoulders are slightly off the shoulder as well. There's a bit of a gap. It's so lovely. How pretty is that? The fabric is gorgeous as well. It's going to drape so beautifully. So today we're going to focus on the princess seams, but if you've got any questions relating to the pattern, please do get them in because Adelle's amazing. So the back of the pattern has got all of the different sizes. We'll talk you through sizing and how to know what size you are. Now, the second image on the web is the back of the pattern. Ignore it now, for now, because we want to talk to Adelle about how you get the right size for you, and we'll talk through that. And we've put together amazing bundles anyway. We've put together amazing bundles to be able to get the largest, to be able to make the largest size, so you'll have plenty of fabric there. £8.99 for your pattern. How lovely is this? Emma's saying her friend's getting married next year. How beautiful is that for an occasion? That is so nice for a wedding. Oh, I love it. Okay, just wearing a dress. Hannah, she just said, can you imagine having to shave your legs? Too much info this morning, too much info. But wearing a dress, can you imagine? So the fabric bundle that we've put together and the one that Adelle has made the dress out of already is gorgeous. It's going to drape so beautifully. It's called Gentle Beauty. I think with navy, it's a really good colour as well for things like for weddings and for christenings or any occasions, because it's really flattering, but yet, you're not just wearing a black dress. This is still really classy. I love it. And it's so, 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 so soft. Now, we've bundled 3.5 metres, which is enough to be able to do the largest size, which is a size 22, I believe. And you can do that with the sleeves and the longest length. So you've got plenty of fabric here. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? I mean, that it's so, so silky soft. It will drape absolutely beautifully, as you will see. £54.99, and loads of you have already got that in your basket. When you think about a handmade boutique dress to your size, made to measure, and I think that's when you're going to an occasion, that's when I really struggle to find a dress that fits perfectly, that fits my shape perfectly. It's always harder with occasion dresses, isn't it? So to have something that is made to measure, that is made for your body, is amazing. That's why this one, flying into baskets, it's 100% viscose. It's so, so soft. It's going to drape, as I say, absolutely beautifully, and it's £54.99. Now, we've also got it, it's 100% viscose. We've also got it in a beautiful, beautiful pink. Now, it's 140 wide, just so you're aware. This pink, I think these would make lovely bridesmaids' dresses. How gorgeous is this dusky rose pink? This pink, is lovely with a tan. It's absolutely gorgeous. £51.99. This blush pink colour has always been very popular. In fact, this is the one that Adelle's going to be working with. It will be so pretty for the summer. And I'm talking occasions. This is going to look really, really lovely, just as hopefully we're all going to be doing lots of lovely barbecues and picnics and different things like that. That would look so pretty as a nice comfy, and because it's a viscose, it's so soft against your skin. When we can go out, I think everyone's going to try and make an effort. I know, yeah, we'll all be saying, oh, you look really well, you look really good. Yes, I have got makeup. I haven't worn makeup, for years. The only days that I'll come in here are the only days that I wear makeup. So it'll be really nice to actually get dressed up to go out somewhere. But isn't it gorgeous? If you are thinking for bridesmaids dresses, if you buy the pattern, and then obviously you're going to trace it off because then you want to use it multiple times for different sizes. And do you know, sometimes when you're doing bridesmaids dresses, I know when I ended up, if I'm being brutally honest, I didn't have bridesmaids. I had little flower girls because it got too particular. And I thought, I know what girls are like. They just have all obviously got different body shapes, body sizes. And it's really hard to get a dress that everybody feels comfortable in. Whereas this, because you've got an option of having a longer length, you've got the sleeves that you can add on. It's going to suit everybody, isn't it? It's just so flattering. So if you're making them for different sizes as well, this is lovely. Now, don't get me wrong, I know you're investing into your fabrics, but once you've got the pattern, you've got the pattern. In the grand scheme of bridesmaid dresses, it's actually a really good price that's going to be made to measure. It's gorgeous. Yeah, Hannah's had experiences with dresses by the sounds of things. She says, it's not just a polyester dress that's going to be stuck to lump and bumps. It's absolutely beautiful viscose. She says, I'm not resentful or anything. So that's the blush pink, and then we've also got the, this is going to be a bit more structured actually. It is absolutely gorgeous as well. Your pink floral with your greens. That is really classy, isn't it? $26.99. That's such a good price as well. 3.5 meters. Right, I don't understand why it's that price. It's a cotton poplin, so it'll be a different feel to it. The viscose has got that sort of flouncy dress, but if you just want something that is a bit more sort of structured, it is very Laura Ashley actually, isn't it? It's gorgeous. It's £26.99, and that's for the large. That's enough fabric for the largest size with the sleeve in the longest length. It's a cotton poplin, remember. I think that is a lovely bundle. I tell you what, whether you're making this dress or not, that is a lovely fabric and a great bundle, isn't it? Remember, it's cotton poplin. Maybe if you work with other poplins as well, you could patchwork with it. You could definitely do bag making with it as well. So that's a great bundle just to have in your stash anyway, regardless if you're making the dress or not. 3.5 meters for £26.99. Hi, Karen. Karen's got in touch with us this morning. I love Adele. She's always so bright and cheery. I'm falling out of love with dress. Oh, no! Don't fall out of love with dressmaking. We'll make sure that you get your sojo, your mojo back. Hoping she will inspire me today. I'm sure she will. I'm sure she absolutely will. Thank you for your message. Keep them coming in. If you've got any questions for Adele, get them in. Now, we have also got the fabrics by the half metre, which will be on the website, and we'll talk about those as we go on. But Adele, it's so lovely to have you back. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good, thank you.
Oh, good. So lovely to have you back. And isn't this dress beautiful?
Oh, yes.
Just need some occasions to go to now, don't we?
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, as well, even though it's very summery and it's still very cold out there, it's great to plan forwards.
Yeah.
So that you've got them ready, that you've got them just to go.
That's it. Will you bring the dress forward and
Yes.
we'll have a bit of a closer look at it, because it is beautiful.
Do you know what? The other day, actually, last Saturday, we had a dress-up day at home because it was my husband's birthday, so we all got our glad rags on. So even being at home, you can still dress up.
That's a lovely idea.
So I've done the cold shoulder, the off-the-shoulder sleeves with this version, and what we're going to talk about today is these princess seams.
Okay, so how common is this in a pattern to have princess seams? You would normally have bust darts, wouldn't
Yes,
you?
so you'll normally have bust darts and waist darts, but having the princess seam eliminates this waist dart completely.
Okay.
So if you're very conscious about your waist and you don't want a seam to be across there, this is really flattering because the seam, the princess seam, goes to the bust apex and then all the way down, and then it has a real nice flare. I don't know if you can quite see it,
It's a
but
proper
it's
swishy dress, isn't it?
yes, I can imagine it sort of as you're walking, just going. And like you said before, I did a combination here. So I did the longer length, but with the sleeves.
Yeah.
Even though the packet illustration says that it should be short with the sleeves.
Yeah, it's up to you.
And then today I'm going to make the sleeveless, but make it short. So you can change it no matter. Well, it's
That's it. So
super easy.
even though there's 2 combos, there's actually more than that. It's
Yes.
very versatile.
Yeah.
So can we talk through sizing? Because Patterns are difficult. It's, you know, the reason that
Yes.
lots of us get into dressmaking is for this pure frustration that you can be one size in one shop and 4 sizes difference in
Yes.
another shop. And it's similar with patterns.
Yes, different patterns use different blocks. So
Okay.
the block is the overall plain shape that they take their patterns from.
Okay.
And different companies have a different
Yeah.
starting point, which obviously then will change the sizing. So what I always do is measure myself. No matter if I've used a pattern from this company before, I will always measure myself and then match up where I am.
Yeah.
And don't really look at the number that it says. Don't join that up, well, correlate or match that up with what you would normally buy in the shops. Just go with your sizing. And also dressmaking, you can swap between sizes. So if you have a fuller bust, you can adjust that to have more room there, which you wouldn't get on the high street.
So
at
you
all.
can merge a size
Yes.
16 bust with a smaller waist or however it is that you want to.
Yes, you just take the curve, a long curve between the pattern sizes that you need. And
Brilliant.
it's really perfect, especially if you've got a different shape to how the pattern would be cut,
Yeah.
so you can have more room. Plus, there's a 1.5 cm seam allowance all the way through it.
Ah, so plenty of room to manoeuvre.
Yes, so if you try it on the first time and this is a bit too baggy, you can take it in, or if it isn't given enough room across the bust, you can let it out.
I think this is going to suit a lot of, you know, different shapes and a lot of
Yes.
ages as well.
Yeah, definitely. I've had a few dresses that are princess seams, and to be honest with you, I was a little bit worried that it would look a little bit old-fashioned because I like having a waist nipped in, but I love them.
Yeah.
And they're just really flattering, and it's just getting rid of this area because I'm really conscious about that area. So this just skims completely over that part.
How are you conscious of that area?
Oh, it's 2
Adelle?
children. Two big children.
Oh dear. Oh yeah, we're not going into that. We've already talked all things birthing before 8 a.m. this morning. They're going, not again, not again.
Oh, well, you've got to tell it as it is.
I think I'll be, hopefully thanking you in a few weeks.
Oh, you'll be brilliant, honestly. You're glowing, so you're going to fly through it.
Thank you. Right, so we're going to focus on princess seams today.
Yes,
aren't
we are.
Where do
So
you
I've
wanna
got the
start?
pattern pieces here.
Okay.
So as you can see, this front piece is a huge.
Yeah, it's really long.
So it's the whole length of the dress, whereas the side is made up of a top bodice and a bottom. And you can't really see it, but there's actually a diagonal seam. I can't even find it now. Here, look. So it's just under the hip. We have a diagonal seam going there.
Oh.
So that's really flattering across the
hips as
yeah,
well.
so that's really nice. Now, what always scares people when they do princess seams is, as you can see here, this part of the bodice doesn't fit directly into that part.
Ah, okay.
So people get very worried and go, oh no, well, how do I put that seam in if they're not matching up? And this is where we need to ease it in, and this is where our notches are very, very important, because that's the points that we match up, and then everything else will kind of fall into place.
Right.
So I've shown you the pattern pieces, and I've already sewn up one side of this dress already so that you can see it.
And this fabric, both, you know, the blue and the pink, is going to float so beautifully.
Oh, yes. And it just complements this sort of design of the dress with the princess seam.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that you can't quite see how the bottom, but it shows you on the packet, doesn't it? But it just flows.
Has that lovely flounce.
Yes. So here we've got the princess seam, and here we have the 2 side panels together as well. You can kind of see that there. Now, also, as you can see, I'm lying this flat, but you can see already that princess seam has created a 3D shape in the bust area.
Right.
Okay, so that is the part that we're going to do. So I've already stay stitched this part.
What does that mean?
So I take a longer length and I just do a simple line of stitching within the seam allowance, and because that's a curve, it stops that from stretching out as we put the 2 pieces together.
Right, so I'm guessing, hence the name, it stays there.
Yes, now you can take it out if you want to, but if you're using an overlocker and you finish that seam, that will just take that out. I haven't took it out on this one, and I didn't overlock the seams on this one. I used my
Pinkish.
pinkish shears. Oh, see?
I know know exactly what you meant from that.
I get told off all the time. Well, not told off, but the kids notice at school all the time that I use my hands. And at the moment, we're doing a lot of evolution. So I keep going, giraffes next.
Oh, brilliant. I must say, we take our hat off to you. I don't know how Adele has a time to, do all this prep for us and come in and do shows whilst you're doing all this remote learning. Your class and your children.
Yeah. So I've got the girls at home with me and we're doing live lessons over Zoom.
Gosh, I take my hat off to you. It's such hard work at the moment, isn't it, for teachers?
Yeah.
A lot of work.
The thing is as well, we were given really short notice.
Yeah.
So 12 hours, right, we're going remote. And do you know what? I'm going to hold my hats off to the kids. They have been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I've got a year 11 form, 15, 16-year-olds, and they're up every morning, 8:40, ready to start the day, because I see them on my form tutor group, Zoom. And they're coping brilliantly because they're missing all their friends.
Yeah, it's so hard, isn't it? We've had a lovely message come in from your friends.
Oh!
Shelley and Jane are watching.
Oh, they're my work friends and I haven't seen them.
Oh, they're saying they're watching. What do they say, Hannah? You're always smiling and positive.
Oh, thank you.
And you keep encouraging Jane to carry on with her sewing.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
She's very, very close and I need to see a photo, Jane, so...
Send in
Send
photos,
me one,
Jane.
yeah.
Send in photos to the show.
Yes. Right, let's get on with this front bodice, okay? Now, the one thing I'm going to admit, the first time I put these two pieces together, I got it wrong, okay?
Right.
So please don't be alarmed. Look, I've even brought my seam ripper with me.
Have it to hand.
Yes, always have it to hand and don't let it sort of put you off, okay? Don't worry about it. Now, I'm going to show you, I've just slightly pinned this together and then I'll show you when I start sewing the seams. So we've got a diagonal seam here and I've got the right sides to right sides joining and when I pick it up, this is what confused me because when I pick it up, it goes in that type of shape there. And I just kept going, that can't be right, that can't be right. But it does, it works out perfectly. So I'm just going to pin this seam together and it's a 1.5 centimetre seam here. You've got to be careful that you do keep this one at a 1.5 centimetre, otherwise the length won't match on your front bodice.
Okay.
Right. So I'm now going to just sew along here. Let's move you out the way. And let's do this one seam. Right.
The blue bundle, just so you know, there's fewer than 10. Fewer than 10 of the bundle. That's the one that the dress is made out of already. I think navy's a really good colour to wear, isn't it?
Yeah, and if it was a little bit chilly, like it was a spring wedding, a nice grey jacket over the top would look lovely.
Yeah, it's good for all year round, isn't it?
Yeah, I quite like navy.
It's definitely a navy. I think the website's making it look more black, but it is definitely a navy.
Yes.
It's so soft as well. I love viscose.
Yeah, it's going to be lovely to wear all the way through a day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to now open this seam out and I'm going to iron it with this fancy
Is there
iron.
a particular way? With bust starts, you would generally press them down. Is there a way of this?
So the instructions tell us to open this one.
Okay.
You've got to be very mindful if you do deviate from the instructions, just be careful because if we're putting this down, will it sit right? I think you just have to be mindful. There's certain times that I may move away from the instructions, but then there's times that I stick to the instructions. So at this time I'm going to stick. So
the pattern's really popular, by the way. Loads of people have got the pattern in their basket. Just so you know, way over half have already sold out.
Okay, so there is our side front panel, okay, and now we're going to match up this princess seam. Now, as you can see, because this doesn't have a print on, it might be difficult to remember which side's the right side and wrong side. So you can either use chalk and chalk onto this side, or I just normally put a pin in on the right side so that I know that that's the correct
that's a good
way.
tip.
Okay. This is where the notches come in. And as you can see, I've also stay stitched this front bodice bit as well. Okay. So we're going to match the notches first.
So always make sure you're transferring all the notches off your pattern.
Yeah. Now the way I transfer notches is I just put a little nip in within the seam allowance. I know some people might put a little triangle in like it is on the pattern, or do an extra bit on the other side. I saw something the other day about just putting a chalk, and I think that would be really useful if you had fabric that frays very easily.
Okay.
Because if you put a notch into fabric that frays, and then
you might lose it, yeah.
So let's match up these these princess seam notches first. Now this is where you've just got to be patient and use a few extra pins, because remember, we're putting curves in that don't naturally want to fit together.
So you've got to ease it, really.
Yeah. There we go. And then take the seam all the way up. And this is what confuses you as well, because this front seam doesn't go all the way up to the top of the shoulder.
Don't worry, you haven't cut it wrong.
No, you haven't cut it wrong. Don't worry. The instructions actually show it really clearly. There's some nice illustrations on these instructions.
Oh, that's good.
So it takes you one step at a time. And was it Karen earlier who's lost her sojo?
Oh, Karen.
Oh. Now, I go through moments like this, and I had a little bit of a moment around Christmas time, and what I did was I found a project that's dead easy to do, that I don't really need to remember much, so I made a pair of pyjamas. So maybe that's an idea, maybe a T-shirt.
Did you all have matching pyjamas at Christmas?
Yes.
I'm sure I saw a photograph
Yes.
of you all in your matching pyjamas.
Oh, I found this most fabulous fabric, and I made them all. My husband got fully into it too, the girls.
Good.
I ran out of the pattern fabric for me, so I've got plain. But they're still wearing them. I'm going to wear them all year round, because they're going to be too big next year, aren't they? So, yeah. That's what will we make next that matches?
Do your girls like sewing?
So Evelyn has done a bit of sewing at school.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So
good.
at Christmas time, she actually did a little hand-stitched Christmas tree card.
Yeah.
But I would love to get them into the sewing room and on the sewing machine. It just makes me a bit nervous though.
That's your space.
Yeah.
Do it. Get them into it.
Yeah. Well, Isabel's very crafty, so I'm surprised it won't be long. Right, so I'm now going to do this big long seam here.
Okay.
And I've just got it on my normal stitch length of 2.4. And just take it slowly as you come around this curve. I have to say, when I first started sewing, I was really worried about sewing on curves because the sewing machine kind of takes it away from you. But remember, you've got speed, so you can slow down your machine, but also just don't be afraid just to stop and readjust, because you don't want any puckers either at this point.
I suppose that's why the needle down position's good with this machine, is
Oh,
that
yes.
it stops
Yeah.
in the needle down, so you can stop and reposition without
Yeah.
it moving all over the place.
Oh, I love the needle down position. It just helps. Like right now, I know it's still anchored there, so I can just ease it in more with my hands.
How is the transition into moving from, sewing with your cottons to viscose and more slippery fabrics? Is the key pinning more than you would?
And just taking your time cutting, because the fabric moves more when you're trying to cut your pattern, and if those seams are slightly cut wrong, that then can throw you off later. But if you are worried about sewing with a lightweight fabric like this, if you've got a walking foot, because I know quilters use walking foots quite a lot.
That's so strange. Literally, as you said, the walking foot. We have a message coming along the bottom of the screen. Morning, team. Adele, will I need a walking foot on if I sew with the blush pink? Is it very slippery? How would
Oh, great
literally.
minds think alike.
There you go.
So this isn't too slippery actually, but I've done a lot of things with viscose. So if it's your first time, yes, put a walking foot on. Just saying it, wasn't I? But
There you go.
Yeah, I use my walking foot when I'm doing really stretchy material as well, like lycra.
I see a lot of people just think a walking foot quilters
Yeah.
use walking feet normally. So no, you can get it out on your dressmaker as well. More difficult fabrics,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's just
Have a
so
go with
then
walking
that
foot.
it's feeding through the machine,
Right.
sort of evenly. And I used my walking foot when I did the girls' swimwear, because that you have to stretch it out when you're putting the elastic in. So that's useful.
Oh, so even with, you know, if you're doing sewing lycra in dancing costumes or leggings or activewear
Yeah.
or swimwear, you don't necessarily need an overlocker to do that.
No, it
So
doesn't fray. So you don't. I didn't finish the seams at all. I just left them. Right, I've got my ham. My Coca-Cola infused ham.
Nice.
Right, I'm just using this to really make this seam lovely, okay? Because we're on a curve, if I was ironing this on the flat, it wouldn't get right into that seam to make a nice press. So even if you don't have a ham, I've used before a bit of fabric just rolled up underneath, just so that I can really get that seam
I
pressed.
suppose it's going to be on a shape, isn't it? So if you're pressing it whilst it's flat,
Yes.
it's not true to obviously the shape that it's going to be.
Yeah, and it just won't open properly.
Okay.
And then it would pucker a little bit, and you don't want it puckering around the bust area. So just over the ham and then down. And then that will be our front bodice done. There we go. Now it goes flat here, so I can take that part off. And all I'm doing is pressing the seams inwards this time.
Right.
Just like it says on the instructions. Here we go.
What do you think to the cordless iron? It's handy, isn't it?
Oh,
rather
it
than that big
is.
cord.
It is. Although it's been quite good in our house at the moment. My ironing's up in my sewing room,
Yeah.
and my husband's been working there remotely.
Right.
So I've not been able to get in, so I've not been able to do the ironing.
There you go. There's a big difference to ironing and pressing, though, isn't there?
big
I hate
time.
ironing my clothes, whereas pressing is really satisfying.
Oh, it is, especially later on when we look at the coat.
Yeah.
Pressing, makes a world of difference
Okay.
there. Right, so there we've got the front body, the whole front piece complete.
Gorgeous.
Okay, see that? And obviously it's not sitting flat because you've got your princess seams coming down here and those really flattering seams there as well. Now the back also has princess seams.
Oh, that's nice as well. That gives you a lovely shape.
Yeah, because I think we forget the back and we think, oh, the back's just flat, but it's not. You've got this curve here as well. So this dress fits you 360 degrees around your body. So let me show you the one that I've already done. So again, it's not as an exaggerated princess seam on here. It's a very delicate one here, but then we've still got that flattering V shape here.
Lovely.
Okay. Is it going the opposite way? No. It's coming, yes, so it meets and then comes down into the sort of base of your back area. So I'm going to put these two together again, just like before. Let me take that part off there. Yeah, I put that on there so that when I was in the green room prepping, I knew which bits were which. So again, I've got my right size to right size, folded over, and it gives us that funny sort of L shape.
Yeah.
And we're going to do 1.5 centimetres there, and then we'll do the big line of the princess seam on the back. And then it's mostly all done.
I mean, that's so quick, isn't it? It's really good. Lovely, quick construction. Lots of people saying, Julie said, morning girls, beautiful fabric today. Would increasing the pressure foot stop it slipping? No, you say it's not actually that slippy, is it?
No, this
Behaving
isn't.
itself.
Yeah, it really is actually.
Would you ever change the foot pressure of the...
I'm always too worried that if I change a setting on my machine that I won't remember to get it back. So I'd rather just I'd rather take a little bit more time sewing it than change my settings and then worry that I've mucked it up.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. I don't know. I know people are very confident with their machine. They can change their tension and everything. But when I change my tension on my overlock, I'm always like...
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think, like you say, actually, unless you're working with something like a velvet that's got a real pile that you might crush.
Yes.
Then, yeah, I think your machine, if you've got lots of pins in there and you're taking it slowly and you can start and stop and reposition, then I don't think you would need to, Julie.
Yeah, I love pins. I would put more pins in than they really need to. just so that I make sure everything stays together. Right, let's put this princess seam. So again, the back is a really long piece from the very top of the back all the way down to the bottom. And right, my notches. Now my notches on the back, we have 2 notches on the back.
Okay.
So this helps me to work out that that bodice piece was the back piece, not a front piece. So again, I'm going to match up where my notches are. Right sides to right sides, and then I'll pin away from that notch. So there we go. And again, it doesn't fully go up to the top shoulder, so don't be alarmed by that. And just take your time getting that seam nice and in perfect.
I suppose with this one as well, it's good that because you've got lots of these seams, you don't need to worry with the fabrics that we've got about pattern matching or direction or things like that.
No, I'm going to hold my hands up now. I don't ever pattern match. I think life's too short. Unless it's like really out.
Yeah.
I've got a friend who is meticulous, Angela, she's absolutely meticulous, and I hold my hat off to her when she does her pattern matching because it's just perfection. Once she showed me a dress and I couldn't even see where the pocket was.
No way.
And it's just brilliant.
Some people love it though, don't they?
That's
you
what
have
I mean.
to love it.
Yeah, she really loves getting down to the nitty-gritty of it and really working it out. I'm just like,
Yeah, I do avoid fabrics that I'm going to have to pattern match. These are perfect, aren't they?
Yeah.
Don't need to worry about direction. Or
No,
pattern
no,
matching.
here. No, there's no direction really to these either. So you'll be okay because the flowers are going in either direction. I think they're probably mindful of that when they design the fabric. Because if you've got to have it all in one direction, you actually then have to end up using more fabric.
More fabric, exactly.
Right, big long seam down the back, and then we can join the shoulders together.
Using the cotton poplin, it's going to be just slightly more sort of structured, isn't it?
Yeah, so I would probably do maybe the shorter length with the cotton poplin, just so then it's not weighing it down with the big flare, it just sits nicely, just below the knee actually, whereas the longer one is more of a midi length.
Yeah, I think because it's such a bold print, I think actually that would look nicer as the shorter one anyway.
Yeah, and when you were mentioning occasions for it, I was thinking that would be a really nice day dress.
Yeah.
So going out for lunch or going to
That's
work.
it. Yeah, picnic.
Yeah, because
Fancy picnic.
I don't have any clothes that are special clothes. I just wear them every day.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Even like you say, through your lockdown, doing your posh frocks on for birthdays and things. That's really lovely.
And we had the sequins out. And,
oh, good.
And everything. Right. So I'm just, as I'm coming up to this point with the curve, I am going to take it just a little bit slower, just so I know that I'm turning correctly on that curve. But it's a really nice shape, flattering from the back as well as the front. Here we go.
Oh, Liz has said, Morning Vicky, lovely to see Adelle back. I love her demos. Love her top too. Can you ask her what pattern she used?
Yep, so it is I Am Patterns. And
I like the sleeves.
yeah,
Nice cuff.
it's the zebra one. So I've got 3 of these.
Is it a jersey?
Yeah, it's a
stretchy?
jersey,
Oh,
yeah.
So it's comfy.
So last night I got all 3 of these out and I said to my husband, which colour?
Oh, how good
And
is
that's
that?
what I love about dressmaking, because I love this pattern with the big sleeves, and then I've just repeated it again and again and again.
It looks really dressy, doesn't it? But actually, you're really comfy, aren't you, in your jersey?
I was thinking with the weather, I can't be bothered with the dress today. Let's put my jeans and my jumper on. But you can make this out of thicker jersey as well and have it almost as a jumper.
Yeah.
Because this is only single one. Right, let me get my ham back. There's my ham.
Have we got any hams in stock, Hannah, at the moment? They're on the website. Potentially? I think so. I think they're on the website.
Right. Ooh. Right, just pressing that seam over the ham. Just got a little bit of thread there. Let's just get rid of that.
It is out of stock at the moment, but keep your eyes peeled for it to come back in. It's so funny because lovely Emma, who's our new director, she's getting into all the jargon and she thought we were joking when we called it the ham. She was like, no, it can't be the ham.
Oh, yes.
The ham and the roll. The roll and the ham are currently out of stock and we're not pulling your leg, Emma.
The crusty roll with the ham. Oh, it is funny, isn't it? Like, I think you forget when you've been sewing for a long time of all these terms.
Oh, it was even, what was it, the feed dogs. You were like, what on earth, feeding the dogs?
Yeah.
And then the dog ears on the patchwork. And what other ones have you learnt? Oh, I haven't heard that one. Wrestling a hedgehog is apparently a terminology in knitting.
Oh, I'm knitting at the moment, actually. I'm knitting a jumper.
Oh, nice.
So I've just got the last sleeve to do. I might wear that next time.
Do you want to stay for Yarn Lane?
I'm not very good at knitting.
Oh.
Let's just say the back, so if I wear it next time, just don't look at the back. There's a few little bits, bit holes, but oh well. Right.
Just holes.
Well, it's kind of just not, the tension's not right. I am mesmerised by those people that can just...
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to be like that.
I like that action as well. That was like your giraffes.
Oh, okay, so I've done the back 2 panels, and now we're going to put them on the shoulders. Okay, so I'm going to line them up. So with dressmaking, it's always good to have an area that you can put things sort of out. Mm-hmm. So I either do it on the floor or I do it on the table or on the ironing board, just so that I can see these, because when you start to get to this point, we've got a lot of fabric. Right, so we're going to match the shoulder seams here. And at this point, I would be putting the zip in, but I want to move on to the facing, because that's how we finish around the neckline.
You've got about 11 minutes.
Okay, so actually what we should do is, if I do that and then the big seams there, we then looks like we've got a dress, isn't it? So that everyone, everyone can see what it looks like.
Lovely.
Right. And I've just kept my stitch length the same all the way.
There's so much love coming through for your top now, Adele.
Oh, really?
Loads of messages coming through, everyone loving your top, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm back in February and I've got a heart one, so I might wear that one.
Oh, lovely. We've had a question coming from Christine. Hi, does the pattern include how to make the dress with the cold shoulder?
Yes.
Oh, she says, congratulations, Vicky. You'll be a brilliant mum. Thank you, Christina. We don't need to talk about any more birth stories, though. We'll just, now petrified. No, I'm not really.
Yeah, so let's talk about these shoulders, actually, because I think that would be really useful. Because I have to say, I was a little bit worried. I was thinking, am I going to do these shoulders properly? Because the shoulders have a facing in. Okay, so you attach the shoulder to this point here, and then there's a facing that goes around just this part. So as you can see, it's got a lovely finished edge here and a finished edge there. You just then have to match up the shoulder seams. It's a bit like a burrito. You kind of pull it through on itself, and then it gives a nice flat seam there, so it's comfortable. But these fit really nicely. And they've got a bit of flare on them as well.
Yeah, they've got a nice flounce. That's what we like. We were just saying in the gallery, we like a little bit of shoulder. It's not like you're wearing like a T-shirt, but yet it's still covering a bit of your arms.
Yeah, and I get a bit conscious about your little bingo wing. Good job I haven't got my top on because you could see them wiggle. But yeah, it just covers that just ever so slightly, and they're really flattering. And like you say, if you're wearing it for a spring wedding, then
they're lovely.
It'd be nice.
But it's enough that it covers your bra straps.
Yes.
It's a nice thick strap there. That it's...
Yeah. That's what a lot of patterns I've seen in the past, where you put it on, you're really pleased with it, and then your bra shows. And you know, I'm not going to go out and buy a new bra, but no, there's nice thick shoulder point there, but then you've got this part here. Yeah. Just probably got to put a little bit of sun cream on this bit. You wouldn't want
a
patch there, would you? A patch of red. Right, how much time have we got? Have we got enough time to do?
Yeah, you can do down
seam?
the side seams.
Right, perfect.
There's another term for you, Emma, the burrito.
Yeah.
The burrito, yeah.
You use those when you do the yokes of shirts and things, and it's really confusing the first time you do it because you're pulling it
all
through.
in, like make a burrito style.
Oh, I love. That's what we had last week. We had chicken wraps, Mexican chicken wraps.
Oh, nice.
Right. Now, as I've matched these seams up, don't forget to match these diagonal panels.
Okay.
So as one is, it matches directly with the next one, because then that will look really flattering over here. Look, it sort of shapes
Yeah, it does.
around sort of the hip area.
Yeah.
It's really complementary, this dress, to sort of every figure.
That's it. It's gonna. This is what I think. I think it's going to suit every age and every body shape.
Yes. And I think you can, imagine if you did this in a really nice, bright colour.
Oh yeah.
It would look really...
Yeah, I'm thinking like a bright corally orange.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Right. I was meant to go to a wedding last year. I don't know if it's going to happen again now.
Oh, do you know? I feel so sorry for all these brides. I sing at a lot of weddings, and some of them have had to change their date 3-4 times now.
It's a real shame. We were meant to go out to Australia because it's my stepsister's wedding, and that's just not going to happen now.
No,
unfortunately. But
no, one of our producers, Kat, she's supposed to be going to a wedding in Australia in April, and she's still
hanging on.
Yeah, still hanging on. Like, I just don't think it's going to happen, Kat.
Oh,
Gutted.
It is hard, but we've got to be safe.
That's it.
And the thing is, as well, technology now, like I say, when we do our lessons,
you can watch them, can't you?
Like we're doing our lessons on Zoom, and it's brilliant. It's
You are
brilliant.
so positive with everything. Are you still able to do all of your, your science classes as you'd?
Yeah, so we're not doing any demonstrations or practicals, but we've got some really good websites that they can do them as a simulation.
Oh, okay, that's
so
good.
like I say, the technology out there now is brilliant. So they can still collect results, they can still analyse, just as if we were in the lab together.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we've been, like all of us together in our department have been supporting each other, and we'd like meet up weekly on Zoom. Just check
Are your girls
everyone
at
in.
your school?
No, they're at a primary school.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you're high school, aren't you?
I am very close to where I work, but we're across the border in a different county.
So they won't be going to your high school?
No, they won't. I think they'll probably be quite pleased with that. It was funny, actually, one of my year 11s yesterday, when the other teacher came on his live lesson, went, "Oh, it's a relief not to have Miss Rowland or Loud and Lively." It's probably because I've been waking him up.
Oh, we've all decided we'd love to have you as our teacher.
My girls are actually quite shocked how loud I am when I'm teaching. And then I was talking to my form about something, and my eldest was opposite eating her breakfast, and she just went, "Mummy, that's really embarrassing." Because I was waving goodbye to them all. I was like, "Bye, bye," like this. Oh. But the children, honestly, we've got to take our hats off to the youngsters of the country. They have just...
They've had to take it in their stride as well, haven't they?
Yeah, and they're not seeing their friends and things like that, so that's all brilliant.
You need to watch that bit back, by the way.
Why?
Of you waving. About 9:46, and then you'll understand why your daughter said, "That's embarrassing, Mum." If you could just have a clip of that, you could be your own little GIF, little meme.
Oh, maybe I should.
Keep sending it to her, to your daughter. It's full of character they're saying in the gallery.
I can't stop it though, because normally I'd be like, "Right, have a lovely day, everyone, off you go," and then I'd see them out the classroom. Because they're going off, it's like I've got to say goodbye to them.
Do you just stay there until they hang up on you?
Yeah, I wait till the very last one, and I'm like, "Bye, bye, bye, bye," and I name them all. Oh. I can just imagine them, little 15, 16-year-olds going, oh, dear me.
Oh, how
Yeah.
funny.
But dancing to Footloose yesterday.
See, this is why I want to be in Adele's class.
Love them to bits. I am actually.
So, we have a dress now.
Yep, here we've got our dress. So as you can see, even though we've got some really long seams, they're coming together so nicely, and we've got our dress.
Oh, nice.
So all we've got to do now is a bit of bias binding around here, just our facing, put the zip in, and we're ready to party.
Oh, amazing. And it's a concealed zip, isn't it, in the back?
Yes, so you can't see it. It's not too bad.
Yeah,
Could
it looks
have done
lovely.
a little bit more.
Do you think that concealed zips are more difficult to put in than normal zips, or?
To be honest with you, I've only been using a lot of concealed zip recently because
right.
I really love the finish of it.
Yeah.
And what I always do is I hand baste them in. It was my auntie that taught me that.
Okay.
So I don't use pins at this point. I baste it in and then just go along. But it gives such a lovely finish.
It does. We've got an array of different colours of concealed zips on the website, and it needs to be a nice long one, doesn't it?
Yep, you want it long. Don't be tempted with a short one. It won't come over the bottom.
So the ones that you need, I think, are 22 inches in
Yes.
length, and there's different colours on the website. Amazing. Was there anything else you wanted to show? Do you want to show the facing?
Yeah, let's talk quickly about the facing, even if I'm not sewing it up. So
We're going to run to the top of the hour because we just love having you, so we've got about 5 minutes or so.
Right. Well, you hold on to this for me.
Do check out on the pattern, by the way, because there's less than 20 once everybody's checked out the basket, so please do be quick with that one.
Okay, so the facing is a direct copy of the neckline. Okay, so I've got back and I've got front. So there's my back and my front is on a fold. And what we're going to do is we're going to sew these edges here. So let me show you. We're going to sew these edges. Right, this is where that was that way and that goes there. And then that one goes that way and that one goes there. Now, you can put interfacing on here if you want it to be stable, if you want this area to be really sort of nice and firm. I haven't put it on this only because I don't really want to take away how this fabric flows.
Okay.
But maybe with the poplar you might want it so it doesn't stretch out.
Yeah.
So there is that option there. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is sew down here, and I am not sewing on my shoulders.
Okay.
Because those shoulders are going to be turning in. So I'm just going to quickly do this. There we go. And this
Did you have any
side.
snow in Ashby this morning?
No, so last night we had a bit of hail, and I did think, oh no, does that mean that I'm gonna have to leave early? Woke up this morning, no. Although the car door was a little bit frozen shut.
Right, yeah.
Trying to open it. Okay, let me quickly press these seams. Here we go. And there. But no, to be honest with you, I don't like snow.
No, I think we're due more snow around here tomorrow. It's going to be -4.
Oh,
tomorrow.
really?
Yeah.
Oh. I'd rather just sit inside in front of the fire.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh. Right, so let's take this dress now. And what we're going to do is we're going to match up sort of right sides to right sides, our front, and then our sides at the back. Okay, now this way, it's a bit of a mind boggle, but you'll be okay. There we are. And if you've got the zip in here, this is the instructions tell you how to make that almost disappear as such. Okay, we're going up here.
You need a concealed zip foot, don't you?
Yes, but my machine came with one, so I think Most machines do come with one, but yes, you do need the concealed zip foot just so that you can actually really get close into it. Also, I learned a tip very early on that just with a colder iron, just open, because the zip sort of curls in on itself, just open it out a little bit, and then that helps you get that like stitching line really close to the teeth.
Oh, that's a good tip. Yeah, that's good.
So,
with a cold iron.
but be very careful because
Cool
obviously
iron.
you don't want to burn the teeth and melt them. But I would say just on maybe a 1, just to open it out, just to ease it a little bit in. Okay. Right, hold on, I've put them onto the wrong sides. There we go. Right, swap it round. And then we're going to put these on. And as you can see, the top of that zip is completely concealed. You can't see it at all. Right, and then go around here. Oh.
Just whilst you're pinning this in place,
Sorry.
the blue, by the way, it's all right. The blue, which is the one, the side graphic, is your 3.5 metre bundle. We also have it available by the ½ metre. So the bundle is enough that you will need, everything that you need to make the largest size with the sleeve and in the longest length. We're on single figures of that bundle now, and it is such beautiful quality. It really, really is. It's 100% viscose, it's 140 wide, and it's £54.99 for 3.5 metres. The largest size, just so you know, on the pattern is a size, it's a US size 22. But as Adele said at the start, measure yourself. Please do measure yourself. The second image on the website is the back of the pattern. So if before you buy it, you just want to measure yourself and see that you fit there, then absolutely, please do that. So that's the blue. By the ½ metre, just very quickly, if you know which size you're after, if you are making one of the smaller sizes, or maybe you've got something else in mind. If you love this fabric, as I know so many people do, it's 140 wide, 100% viscose, and it is beautiful, really, really beautiful. And like you said as well, this one, I know you said about the pink, this one isn't too slippy. You just say be careful when you're cutting it out.
Yeah, just be very careful. Use pins and pattern weights just to hold the pattern down.
Yeah. Good tips, thank you. Just £7.99 for your lovely, is it called Gentle Beauty? I love that name.
Oh,
Gentle Beauty.
What a lovely name. Right. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to have time to go round it all, but if I can show you it pinned, then that'll be okay, won't it?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got my facing. I realised actually that I needed to just undo those shoulder seams because we're going to sew them up at the end. Okay, so I've just opened those shoulder seams, but as you can see, the facing is a complete mirror of the top of the dress.
Oh yeah. So the facing goes all under the arm as well.
Yep. So it's really nice. It's one big long join, and there's no need to worry, there we go, about anything extra having to go in.
And you don't need to finish that with an overlock or anything like that?
No, because this is an inside seam. It will all be kept. The only thing I would say is just overlock or finish this part here because that will be sitting. But yes, I just did a very simple zigzag stitch.
Yeah.
Or you can use pinking shears because you don't want a big overlocking.
No, especially when this is a finer.
Yeah.
Finer
So
fabric.
just be very mindful of that. But all that I will do now is up, down, leave the shoulders a little, and then pull it through, and we'll have our facing.
Amazing. Thank you so, so much. Loads of people messaging in how much they enjoyed that demo. So thank you very, very much. And your next demo is so cute.
Oh,
Your little model that you had on Facebook.
I know, my friend's little boy. It's just so cute.
Oh,
Can't
it's
wait to
so
talk about
cute.
that. I know.
And we've got it in lots of different colours as well, because it isn't just a boy's coat. Girls, boys, we've got loads of colours as well.
I remember having a little grey coat.
Oh,
It's just so nice.
so cute. We love it. We'll see you in an hour.
Brilliant.
Thank you
See you soon.
very, very much. Just so you know, The pattern on its own, once everybody is checked out, there's 5. Please do make sure you're checking out as soon as you can. This says it's size 10 to 22, but do make sure you're measuring yourself. You've got 2 different options, but as we said, very, very versatile, whether you want it longer, whether you want it shorter, whether you want it sleeveless, whether you want it with sleeves, whether you want it long but sleeved or short but long. Well, I got confused then, but you know what I mean. Loads of options. The second image on the web is the back of the pattern, so all of your fabric requirements and the sizes are on there. Okay, just to remind you, the bundle of blue is going to sell out, so there's loads of you there. We've got the blush bundle that Adele was working with, which is, again, absolutely gorgeous. It's £51.99 for 3.5 metres. To remind you, is enough to make the largest size with the sleeves in the longest length. It's absolutely gorgeous. What a great way to do bridesmaids dresses. Really affordable. 3.5 metres, 100% viscose again, super duper soft for £51.99. We also have a bit of a wild card here. This is slightly different drape, but again, going to look beautiful, especially with the shorter length. This is your Rose and Hubble cotton poplin. It's beautiful. I know a lot of people have bought this hour, and I'm wondering if you're purchasing for other things as well, for bags. You could do a matching bag to go with your dress, couldn't you? 3.5 metres is an amazing price at £26.99. That will be enough to make the largest size, but isn't that gorgeous? Big floral print for £26.99. We're going to get ready for all of the events that we will be going to this year. Okay, just very quickly, because we haven't seen this fabric, it's beautiful. Remember, our bundles are 3.5 metres, which is, how many units is that then? How many units do I need to add? 6, 7. 7 units to my order if you want to make the largest size. This is brand new today. I absolutely love this fabric. It looks so designer. See, this looks very, very expensive. And think about how much you would pay. Oh, I know that we're thinking about the dress at the moment, but a lining for a coat, a lining would be absolutely beautiful in this. So gorgeous. It's 97% viscose, 3% spandex. So it's got a little stretch to it as well. That's nice. It's a lawn weight. It's absolutely beautiful. It's 130 wide. That is really nice. Brand new in today. Oh my word, I would be getting a few metres of this. We couldn't not show you that. It's on the website. Make the most of it. It's brand new in today, and those colours, oh, gorgeous, aren't they? Really gorgeous. Okay, so have a think about, do make sure you're having a think about what fabrics you want to use. Is there anything else to mention? Okay, no, that's it. We're all done. Do make sure you're checking out of your basket. Have a look on the website and see what's available. As I said, the pattern could sell out any minute, so do make sure you're checking out. Don't go anywhere though, because we've got pre-cuts galore. And it isn't just Moda. It said on the menu, featuring Moda. It features Moda. It features Tilda. It features Tula Pink. It features so many beautiful, the brand new Moda fat quarters as well we're going to do, all different size pre-cuts. From charm packs that are 2.5 inch squares to your fat quarters or your 10-inch layer cakes as well. All coming up. Don't go anywhere, we're back in just a few minutes.
Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too.
Hello Sewing Street fans, let me introduce myself. My name is Clive, I live in Kenilworth in Warwickshire. I currently run a business in Kenilworth and that's doing alterations on people's clothing. So I really enjoy kind of providing that service for the local community. My sewing journey first began when my grandmother gave me a hand crank sewing machine and from there I was fascinated about how things were put together. To the point where I used to make clothing from my favourite toys out of toilet tissue. I've also kind of studied fashion design at Epsom University in Surrey, so I've kind of gained knowledge along the way of different aspects of sewing, like pattern cutting. So yeah, that's a little bit about my sewing journey. My number one sewing tip is don't give up. Sometimes you'll get frustrated and you're angry with yourself, but really just put it to one side and take half an hour, go and have a cup of tea and a biscuit, and then come back to it, and then you'll kind of like have a fresh mind to start again. The positive happiness that comes from that is just amazing. So please don't give up, keep on sewing. My claim to fame? Well, if you've been watching, you've probably heard my name mentioned on Sewing Street several times. My husband is Mark Francis from the Sewing Bee, the Great British Sewing Bee. So that's number one claim to fame. My second claim to fame is I had Adele, the beautiful, beautiful tones of Adele singing for me when I was a barman back in the day. It was just amazing to have her sing to me at my bar. So yeah, and also I've met Prince Harry at a VIP party. Stay tuned on Sewing Street and you'll see me very soon. Hope it all goes well. Fingers crossed.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
While we're having to spend more time at home again, we're here to keep you busy and entertained. Sewing Street will be live every day from 8 a.m, bringing you plenty of demonstrations with our experts in dressmaking, quilting, bag making, toy making, needle felting, embroidery, and so much more. Our community of fellow sewists on the Sewing Street fans Facebook group are there to chat to you about whatever you're making, sharing photos and advice. Check out the Sewing Street Facebook and Instagram pages for fun competitions and offers.
Stuck for ideas for the perfect gift? Why not get them a gift card? You can buy Sewing Street and Yarn Lane gift cards loaded up with anything from £10 to £500. Shop our gift cards online at www.sewingstreet.com or www.yarnlane.com, or purchase them via our UK call centre on 0800 001 44 33. Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
While we're having to spend more time at home again, we're here to keep you busy and entertained. Sewing Street will be live every day from 8 a.m, bringing you plenty of demonstrations with our experts in dressmaking, quilting, bag making, toy making, needle felting, embroidery, and so much more. Our community of fellow sewists on the Sewing Street fans Facebook group are there to chat to you about whatever you're making, sharing photos and advice. Check out the Sewing Street Facebook and Instagram pages for fun competitions and offers.
Hello
welcome back. Oh, how lovely is it to have Adelle back? I haven't seen her for so long. I haven't seen her for a long time. So it's really lovely to be back with her. Don't forget, another dressmaking amazing masterclass coming up in the next hour. First though, we've got pre-cuts galore, and not just any old pre-cuts. We've got some of the best designer pre-cuts in the vault, in the warehouse. So let's start with, we talked about the Daybreak collection in the 8 o'clock hour. This is brand new today. In fact, can I open this up? I want to have a good dive into these fabrics. So, what we love about Moda is that they put pre-cut on the map. They really did. So you're going to be able to get that whole range of the collection and still great sizes as well. So if you're looking at the bigger scale prints, you're not losing any of it. You'll see in just a second. They're absolutely lovely. So these are your 10-inch squares that are pre-cut to size, precisely cut, ready to go. And I must say, there are so many patterns out there that call for 10-inch squares. There's lots of books and patterns out there now that call directly for layer cakes, quite often they're called. If you go onto Moda's website, they do cake recipes. I think Moda wasn't the sort of building they started in, used to be a cake factory, and that's where they get all of the names, like the jelly roll and the layer cake and things like that. Who told you that? Maybe it was me that told you that, yeah. It might have been me. Someone told me. I haven't just found out that myself. Somebody told me. But all of these are so beautiful. But if you go onto Moda's website, they also have, cake recipes on there. Pinterest has got so many different inspirational ideas as well of quilts using 10-inch charm packs, and all of these fabrics are, again, beautiful quality. They're quilting weight fabrics, but look, you just get the whole range, all of these beautiful prints, which is amazing, isn't it? Because whether you're choosing to subcut them or whether you're just patching them together, they're really beautiful colours, aren't they? They're absolutely gorgeous colours. The gold you've got as well, so it's gone from the creams to the golds. They're all in order as well, so I've got to make sure they stay in that lovely order. Going into the pinks. Gosh, we didn't see the pinks in the 8 o'clock hour. I think they all had sold out for the bundles, the pinks with the birds on. We saw the pinks with the stripes, and how gorgeous are these? Brand new in today at $31.99. I love that it says Daybreak 10 with a question mark. I think it's supposed to be, what is it supposed to be? These. It's supposed to be one of those to show inches. One of those, just one. To show inches, not a Daybreak 10. Only find the 10-inch charm pack on one other website in the UK. We can only find it on one other website. Hannah's saying it isn't going to last with the stock that we've got. There's so much demand for it. Please do make sure you're checking out as soon as you can. Look at all these beautiful pinks. If you start ordering from America, obviously you have to pay hefty shipping charges, don't you? This is lovely. Look at that. So that's the silver one that we were talking about. Three Sisters range, who have produced such beautiful collections for Moda in the past and always been very popular. And the great thing is whether you're using these all for one amazing quilt or whether you're using these for lots of different projects, this is going to go such a long way, isn't it? This is going to go such a long way. It's going to be brilliant for lots of smaller projects or massive quilts. If you were to add some of the complementing colours in with it, it will go such a long way. You're getting loads of these squares. How many did you get in a layer cake? Here we go. Doesn't say on here. Do you normally just count them? 42. 42 of your squares. See, look, these are repeats as well, so you have got a couple of repeats in there. They're absolutely beautiful. Also, this is the blue colourway you were talking about. So the birds on blue was the one that sold out by the ½ metre, which is gorgeous. It's that sort of duck eggy blue, isn't it? So whether you're choosing to mix and match, whether you're choosing to mix and match with other Three Sisters ranges, with other of your solids, more in your stash. I'm still going, by the way. There's still so many fabrics. You've got the paisley. That's the blue Big Bird that sold out. Oh, look, you could fussy cut that like a heart, couldn't you? Applique it. So pretty. Oh, there it is in the navy as well. Oh, it does look lovely in navy. Oh, that navy blue is gorgeous. Paisley in navy. All of these colourways complement each other beautifully. First time it's been to air. First time that we've had a chance to have a good dive into this. And it's £31.99. I like that all your edges are pinked as well, so you're not going to get any fraying. Whether you're choosing to work with this immediately, as soon as it comes out of the postage package, or whether you're postage and packaging, as soon as it comes out of the post and packing, or whether you're not quite sure what you're going to use it for yet. There's so many beautiful fabrics in there, all different scales of prints. You just know it's Moda, don't you? It does just sing to you, doesn't it? Just £31.99, and you can feel it, honestly, when you get it home and you feel the quality of the cotton. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see why Moda have put pre-cuts on the map. It's £31.99, brand new in today, already in loads of baskets. Do make sure you're checking out on that one nice and early. I'm just wondering if we've got anything else from the Daybreak range in pre-cuts. I think that's it. Do you know, the management at the moment are sort of drip feeding us a little, small pieces. We have no idea if we're going to get any more pre-cuts in, but at the moment, that's it. With Moda, it is a case of once it's sold out, we aren't necessarily able to get it again. We have managed with William Morris, and we have managed with the May Morris collections as well. But with Moda, because we do a big shipping from America, it's really difficult to just reorder just your 10-inch charm packs or just your fat quarters. So normally it's when it's gone, it is gone. Make the most of the Daybreak. Just so you know, a quarter of the stock has completely checked out. It's brand new in today. Maybe if you wanted to see all of the other fun pre-cuts we have today, we've got loads. Should we do the Moda fat quarters? Because these are also brand new today, this time a different collection, and we think this is perfect for spring. It's called Moda Dover. It's by Brenda. What's Brenda's last name? It's Brenda Riddle. 20 fat quarters. Sorry, Brenda. I'm not laughing. It's because I keep calling you Cat. Hannah has just said it's like Harry Potter riddle. I was like, that's a really distracting way of introducing someone to me, isn't it? So you've got all of these beautiful blues. In fact, this will go nice with your duck egg blues of your Daybreak range as well. This is the great thing, is that they're all going to tie in together. Tied up with your ribbon, which is like a tape measure. Keep that. That's really nice. I'm going to open it. I'm opening it up. It's brand new in today. We've got to have a good look, haven't we? So all fat quarters, which remember, let me show you the size. Half of a ½ metre. How pretty is this for springtime? All of her things, all of Brenda's collections are always like ginghams and floral prints, very reminiscent of, like childhood and nostalgic, very fresh springtime colours. So that's what a fat quarter looks like. It's half of a ½ metre. So it's lots of fabric. Those of you that have got any Wendy Gardner books, or if you've got any Debbie Shaw books, or any of your fat quarter books, there's so much that you can do with fat quarters. And if I'm honest, I always find them a little less daunting to work from. There's loads you can do. This would be so beautiful. So this was inspired by the iconic white cliffs of Dover in England. I love that. It says tranquil misty hues of soft white sea glass blue, soft green, and pebble greys. That green is really beautiful. Pebble greys. That is such a stunning collection. I think this is one of my favourites, actually. Look at that. So, all complementing each other absolutely beautifully. I'm going to put these up at the top. There's so many. Just so you can see as well. I think these are lovely for soft furnishings, aren't they? Homewares. I know I'm thinking a lot at the moment about nursery things, but they're really pretty for little baby things as well, aren't they? They're just so fresh. Hannah's thinking about kitchen dining room. This blue is beautiful. That is such a lovely fresh blue. £79.99. And remember, that is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 fat quarters. I'm struggling obviously then with my 5 times table. 20 fat quarters. And this grey is really beautiful. Remember, when you're talking about 20 fat quarters, that is equivalent to 10 metres, isn't it? Yeah. 2 fat quarters in 1/2 metre. Yeah. Halved it to 10. So then, no, that's 1/2 metres, Hannah. What? 1/2 metre, 1 metre. 1.5, 2. 2.5, 3. 3.5, 4. 4.5, 5 metres. Right, can we have the teacher back, please? Adele, we need help with our every kind of counting. And I said, every time I get that wrong. No, it's not even Sunday. Emma just said, well, it is Sunday. We're not doing maths on a Sunday, it's Saturday. It's not a homeschooling day today, though. I love these as well. Can I show you that you've got almost like the reverse? So you've got this one, which is like your shadowed, and then you've also got this, which is exactly the same print, but with the cream background. How lovely. And you've got that in a lot of the different fabrics, actually. You've got that with the greys as well, and the creams. That colour is very, 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 very popular. It's like an olivey green, isn't it? Very soft indeed. It's so fresh. As we said, this is perfect for spring. It will look beautiful with your white on white fabric that we launched in the first 8 o'clock hour. That was brand new in today. I haven't got it here, but it would look really, really beautiful with all of these fabrics. Let me know what you've got in mind. I would be tempted to use these all together. Don't get me wrong, you could make loads of those pods that we saw from Beth Studley. You could make lovely table runners and nice little storage boxes and little trinkety things. I'm thinking with lots of lace and buttons, just very sort of pretty. But you could be really indulgent and you could just make the most amazing quilt with all of these. With traditional blocks, because you could actually subcut all of these. There's not any, huge scale prints. You've still got a great variety of scales of print, but you haven't got any huge scales of print, so you don't need to worry too much about losing it if you're subcutting it for a traditional quilt. I like that you've got the stripes in there as well. You've got the green, you've got the grey, and you've got the soft blue stripes. Like a house block, one of the... It would just be like a really pretty little cottage, and you can embellish it with buttons and things. Like a Lynette Anderson pattern. Something like that is what I'm feeling, like an applique style would look really beautiful, or your traditional. Just simply, stars or something, or hearts, friendship star block. Or if you watched Yvonne's, I think it was a country home quilt that we had with Yvonne, and this would look beautiful just with lots of applique hearts. And your background, I'd definitely use the stripes for my binding. I love a stripy binding. I love it. Okay, so brand new in today. If you do love that, do make sure you're checking out as soon as you can, as it is brand new in today. Obviously, I've got to put them back in colour order now. There's all your blues. This is the fun bit when you get it home. You want to open it all out. You get all of your colours. You see what's going to go together. Really have a good look at what is going to go with your solids as well. I mean, that's going to be brilliant for months worth of projects, isn't it? All through spring. Just cheer you up with a nice springtime colour. Nor it's snowing outside today. Let's just think of spring, please. It was still dark, wasn't it, when we looked out a little while ago? It was still really dull. It's one of those days, though, where it never really gets light, does it, when it's very snowy in the sky? Okay. We have got, I must say that the sky has been beautiful the last couple of days. Did you see my photography? Oh, you did? Yeah, did you see the red sky? It was so pretty. It's so, so pretty. Right, so if you like those prints. Oh, yes, this is so cute. So we had this size charm pack with Moda, didn't we, with the zoology, was it called? With the one with the animals. Look, come on, really close, because it's teeny tiny. These are adorable. Look at the price. They are $7.99. Even if you're doing English paper piecing, these are a lovely colourway to do your hexes. Oh, they're absolutely perfect. For Grandma's Garden, for the flowers with EPP, these would be gorgeous, wouldn't they? Even if you're just patchworking these together, I'm going to be really careful, but I know that they seem fiddly, but even if you were to just patch these together, they'd look lovely, wouldn't they? No, oh, yes, I have. So if you've got a grid on an iron-on interfacing and you just iron these all on, I don't think we sell it, but I have seen that technique. And then you can just stitch down and it would look like you've done a very complex sort of patchwork piece. And don't get me wrong, you still have patched it, but it's just a lot easier with the interfaced grid. But these are beautiful. It's all exactly the same ones as the fat quarters as we've just opened up, but in little tiny miniature form. They are so cute. Quarter of the stock is gone. Just so you know, these always go very, very quickly when we have these sizes. They'd be lovely for foundation paper piecing as well. You know, if you were just using smaller cuts. If you're thinking, do you know what? I can't quite afford to look at the big fat quarters, but I love this colourway and I really want to do some smaller projects, and this is ideal. If you've never tried Moda fabric before, what a great way of having a selection of prints, all of the different colours, and at a very affordable price. We're at just $7.99. For your EPP, this is perfect, and I know a lot of people, that's what's keeping them going at the moment, is doing the nice tranquil hand stitching. Maybe if you do lots of machine applique, you know the Helen Newton free motion ones, where you only need smaller scraps to create sort of flowers and you're doing free motion artwork, springtime scenes, these are going to be gorgeous. Oh, and I do love that it's, you know, taken from inspiration from the White Cliffs of Dover. They're so beautiful. 2.5-inch squares. There's quite a lot of patterns that still call for 2.5-inch squares, so please do have a look. Make little half square triangles. About to sell out, I think. There's loads of you who've got these in your basket. I think they will sell out today. June has said, morning Vixen team, loving the show from here in snowy Derby. See, you've got snow in Derby, in Ashby, which isn't that far sort of away from you. I think it's on the way. It must be on the way. Adele said she lives in Ashby and she said there was no snow this morning at all. I think it's on its way, creeping all over, isn't it? Stay in the warm, stay in the warm. I always wanted to be a weather girl. I auditioned to be a weather girl before. Well, I say auditioned, I applied once and never heard back. But I've taken the story further and said that I auditioned. You do actually have to have certain qualification. What's it called? Someone who studied the weather, basically. No, it's not meteorology. But you have to have certain, you can't just go and be a weather girl. Anyway, I thought I'd be really good saying the snow's creeping in it's creeping all over, guys. Stay in. There's only 10 of these left, just so you know. Oh, it's just so cute. Do you know who would love these? Yes. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it is a meteorologist. Right. Oh, you have to be an atmospheric scientist to be a weather girl. There you go. That's where I'm going wrong. No, it's a lot of work being a weather girl. Because, you know, you think, oh, that's quite a cushy job. They literally do about 60 seconds every few hours. But actually, they're the ones who are doing all of the background info, finding everything out. Please tell me if I'm not right. If you're a weather girl and you do just have a cushy job of doing 60 seconds here and there and somebody tells you what to say, hook me up, hook me up. Because the snow is creeping all over at the moment. Oh, here we go. Carol's got another weather update for us. Here we go. We've got a correspondent in, where is Carol? In Northern Ireland. Sorry, I wouldn't be very good at this, would I? Morning, our Vicky. Snowy Northern Ireland. Oh, gosh. Told you. Creeping all over, isn't it? This snow. Okay, less than 10 of those remaining, and it's beautiful. It is going to sell out. Remember, the fat quarters are also available if you do love that print. Okay, let's go to Tilda, because this is the first time I've seen this range, because Hannah and John Scott, I think, have been hogging it. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, fat eighths. No, these ones. Tilda folds these like fat eighths, but they're the fat quarters. These are your fat eighths. Now, this is the Woodland range. This is everything that's left from this collection at the moment. Oh, we've got 3 pre-cuts, that's it. Oh, I really hope that we manage to get it by the ½ metre. I can't promise. I've got to be careful open this up. It's so lovely, isn't it? I'll put all these back, don't worry. I'll put them all back. How gorgeous is this? Oh, look, this has got the tree on. Let me show you what a fat eighth is as well. Oh, look at this. We've got some great sizes today. And look, this has got the big tree. It's got the bear. Look at the bear. Do you know what I'd be tempted to do? Embroider. You could do some really beautiful little embroidery. You could, what? Embroider a big cake or honey pot, or, you know, just some little swirls for your tree trunk. Lazy daisies, or that would be so pretty. Look, you've also got a stag. It's so lovely, isn't it? I mean, that's just one. A fat eighth is half of a fat quarter, is your fat eighth. It all gets a bit confusing, doesn't it, Emma? So this is Tilda's latest collection. It's absolutely beautiful. You've got the greys, you've got the burgundies, you've got the purples. I think this is the different tree. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, look. Oh, that is like that's just like a cool mystical forest, isn't it? That's in Tilda's world. In Tilda's world, absolutely. Love it. Oh, we learnt a new word, arboretum. Arboretum. I know what arboretum is. Arboretum's like, isn't it where you go into the countryside, like an arboretum can be, or is it lots of trees? Basically lots of trees. Oh, look at your stag. Oh, this is amazing, isn't it? Even if you just take elements from it, half of a fat quarter, remember, is a fat eighth. So they're all great sizes. Sorry, do I need to shimmy this forward a bit for you? There's a slim eighth, isn't there, as well? And they're cut the other way across the fat quarter. I'll open one up again in a minute because there's so many beautiful ones. But even though, you know, this is smaller than a fat quarter, you're still getting lots of fabric, aren't you? you're still not losing any of those larger prints. Oh, that's the same one again with the bear. It's lovely in that colour. Not every designer produces fat eighths of their collection, so it's really lovely to be able to see it. Let me show you on this one. So this is the great thing about Tilda, I think, is that they always sort of work together. So whether you've got the Bird Pond range or whether you've got the, what's the song one called? I want to say Songbird, but what's the Tilda song, Bird Song collection, I think it is. I'm not quite sure. But they all work together, they all marry in together. So if you've got any of the others, I find the pinks all team up beautifully. $49.99, and it's again gorgeous quality cotton. Aren't they lovely? The purples are gorgeous, the pinks, the greys, the greens. Another real springtime. I think we're all excited about having a bit of sunshine, a bit of springtime, aren't we? And these are lovely. Oh, it'll be a good time, I promise. In the spring. I'm promising myself I will have a nice time in the spring. I might not sleep, but I will have a nice time. It'll be magical. Hannah just reminded me that I will have a newborn baby in the spring. I just thought, oh, I can't wait. Barbecues, picnics, parties. No. Sleepless nights. Oh no, it's going to be magical. It will be magical. Adele keeps telling me it's magical. Hi, Chris. Oh, hi, Vix. We've got bright sunshine in Bedfordshire. Right, I'm going to show Bedfordshire is around about here. Central Beds is quite bright and sunny at the moment. She said I'd use the Dover fabric for Storm and Sea blocks. What do they look like? What do Storm and Sea blocks look like? I'll have a Google, I'll have a look. Sounds lovely though. Thank you for your message, Chris. Thank you for your message. They are lovely fabrics, aren't they? The Moda, I love them. These are all beautiful. This one's pretty as well. Ah, just so you know, Hannah's showing me what a Storm at Sea block looks like. Oh, yes. Ah, that's really nice, isn't it? See, that would look really nice. Are they curves in it, or does it just give the illusion of curves? It's an illusion of curves, isn't it? That's so cool. Yeah, that would look beautiful. Good, yeah, good choice. Good choice. The Dover one, it's beautiful. We haven't done a Storm at Sea block here, have we? We should. All of your fat eights for $49.99. You're so involved, Emma. Right, so there are your fat eights. We also have the fat quarters. Super popular, just so you know. Super, super popular. Let's go for the pinky ones first. I'll show you them both next to each other so you can see. We've got lilac and we've got lavender. So these are fat quarters. One is lilac and lavender and one is pink and red and grey. There you go. So that's the lilac and lavender. Let's do lilac and lavender first. So you're getting all of these beautiful fat quarters. Your lilacs, your creams, your pinks. The one with the lovely tree and the bear. Oh, just so you know, I'm not going to open this up because there's only two left. There's two of these remaining. If you do want your fat quarters, remember half of your half metre. I've never even seen this before. How are there only two left? Oh, it's only literally been in the building the last week or so. It launched on the 17th. It launched, well, not even a week ago, on last Sunday. Were you here with Debbie then? Was this with Debbie? Oh, it was John, of course. Yes, John was here last Sunday. And it all completely virtually sold out. There's literally two of those lost of stock. It'll be the last chance to get the lavender and lilac pack. I'm not sure whether we've got it coming by the half metre, hence why I don't want to open this up because I think this could be it. This could be it. Good luck. Whoever's got it in their basket, check out now and you'll get those. That's the Woodland range, which was literally Tilda's latest collection, launched winter 2020. So literally just launched. We were one of the first people to have it as well last week, which is brilliant, isn't it? We've also got the red and grey. And it's quite, even though, yes, look, it looks red here. Can I open this one up, did you say? I think so. I'm doing it anyway. I think Hannah nearly said yes. Oh, do you want some fruit and veg? I'm very, very excited. So I had a fruit and veg man come with a delivery with a whole crate of fruit and veg just assorted. I've got it in the back of the car and I'm very excited to see what's in there. I don't know. I really don't know what to do. Oh, look at this. So let me show you. This is what Fat Quarter looks like. Oh, this is gorgeous. Do you live near each other then? You don't live near each other, do you? Don't you live down the road from here, Emma? Oh, look at this. So not only have you got your red, you've also got this one. Oh, look at that. In fact, I would have this as a cushion. You could have the front and the back of your cushion, couldn't you? Or this with a border around. So much that you can do with a Fat Quarter. So there's these two. This one's got a lovely bouquet of flowers as well with your greys. Pinks, still with the reds, this time with the greys. See, that's lovely as well. They're all absolutely beautiful. What a great collection. I really hope that we manage to get some of these in by the half metre. Can't guarantee that we'll get the whole collection. I can't guarantee we'll get any by the half metre. So another one to check out on as soon as you can. It's just $22.99 for all 5 designer Fat Quarters. Let me know what you're thinking of making with it. We are live on Facebook, so come say hello. Let us know what it is that you're thinking of making. £22.99. That ditzy scale is so pretty, isn't it? £22.99. I didn't listen to what you were saying. Were you talking about fruit and veg? Greengrocers. You got a nice greengrocers near you. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, I think there might be potatoes in my fruit and veg pack. I think I might have a jack of potato for lunch. Okay. Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? Folding this all wrong. So, if you want either of those Fat Quarters, the lilac, it will sell out any second, just so you know. The reds, we have a slightly better quantity on, but still single figures. Single figures, and look at all of these beautiful colours. They are absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Okay, so, sorry, I'm just trying to fold these all nicely. Because that's just how they make you just want to look after them when they're such precious, beautiful fabrics. Okay. Look at me being all careful with my folding. They're saying I'm nesting. Right, where are we going next? Where are we going next? Yeah. Bloom and grow. Let's do it. So we've got... Thank you for the reminder. You are blooming growing, she's just said in my ear. Right, we've got the bloom and grow. I will get to it, I promise. I've got one more Fat Quarter to do. Okay, right, so we've got Bloom and Grow, which is your Riley Blake. Now, I've seen the Bloom and Grow in the design roll, I think it was. Or it might have been the layer cake, the 10-inch layer cake. We had the layer cake. We had the layer cake for a project. These are gorgeous. Really beautiful fabrics, which we will have a look through in a second. So, once I've finished me folding. Oh, no, they look lovely, don't they? So, you've got in here, how many have we got? 42. 42 5-inch squares this time. And you've got a few of the same print, as you can see. There's your blues. But because they're all cut differently, they will all look slightly different as well. Got your navies. 3 of each. I wonder if it is 3 of each. Oh, it just makes me so excited for spring. This one actually says flower patch, dahlia, poppies. All of the flowers. All of the flowers. I know that you're excited about getting back to your gardening. Hannah, my word, was giving Monty Don a run for his money last year. She got really into her gardening. She's excited to be able to do it again. I imagine you to get an allotment. I think you should get an allotment. Look at the check as well. That's lovely. You do have to do a lot, I know. It isn't just a little hobby. You can't just have an allotment. You have to go and do it all properly. These are lovely, aren't they? And the keys, look, so the keys, it's quite difficult to show on screen, especially in the yellows, but the keys are really cool. I like that one a lot. I think this is the one that we used with, yeah, it was. I'm trying to recall. My brain is a bit frazzled, but it was with Emma Bradford a few days ago. We had a beautiful quilt with Emma using these fabrics. And look, so that one, you struggle to see on camera, but it's all keys in different directions. It's really cool. It's inspired by The Secret Garden, the book, The Secret Garden, which I love. So you've got all of your little keys, you've got your flowers, you've also got the bright yellow. Look at that. Such beautiful colours. The pinks as well. All of your pink flowers. So you get 3, well, you got 2 of those ones. You're getting a couple of multiples. They're really nice, aren't they? Let me know what you're thinking of using these for. There was a book that we had a couple of days ago that was dedicated to all things pre-cuts. So all of your 5-inch squares, your charm packs, your layer cakes, your jelly rolls. Depending on what pre-cuts you're using, there was patterns just solely for them. This would be really lovely. A special gift for maybe a little girl as a quilt that she could then, of course, grow up with as well. Be in the family for forever. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's really lovely quality as always with Riley Blake. But normally, I mean, the bundle that we had the other day was over £70. So if you do love this collection, but if you want to sort of dip your toe in and try out all of these colours, you're still getting the quality, still getting that full range, just with smaller sizes. 5-inch charms. There's so much that you can do with them. You could do your cathedral window, and this would almost be framing the flower. You could even use the white on white fabric that we were using earlier with it, couldn't you? So you could do that for the rest of the cushion, for your white on white, and have the cathedral window just showcasing that flower in the centre. Some really lovely fabrics in this Bloom and Grow range. Riley Blake, designer prints for $15.99. Now, there's fewer than 10. There's fewer than 10. Everything's been very, very popular this hour, just so you know. If you have already checked out, remember, you're only paying 1 postage and packaging all day long. So that's really good, remember. If you've already paid your P&P, if you've bought the early bird, for example, or if there's something else that you've bought, then, of course, absolutely make the most of it. Hi, Lisa. Lisa's asked, oh, in fact, oh, it's happened again. The cordless iron has sold out again. I'm so sorry, Lisa. Honestly, we keep ordering it in, and it sells out every single time it comes to air. So I'm so sorry if you've missed it. We did introduce it right at the start of the show, 8 o'clock today. So sorry if you missed that one. Keep your eyes peeled, because fingers crossed we'll get it back in the next few days, hopefully. Christine loved Adelle's demo. Good point. Good point. We were saying the same here. I don't want to be rude and say to her, how old are you, Adelle? But when she's got a daughter who's 11, and how old's her other daughter? I think she's 7 or 8, but her eldest, I think, is 11. And we were like, Adelle, she's using good skin cream, isn't she? Because we were thinking she was about 25, and she's so tight. Oh, she's just so lovely. She's so lovely. She's so slim. She's lovely. They were having the same discussion in the gallery when Adelle was on as well. She's just so cheery all the time as well, isn't she? To say that she's got a really stressful job at the moment and she's got 2 children at home that she's homeschooling as well as teaching all of her tutor groups. Yeah, maybe Hannah says, I'm really stressed with my sofa bed at the moment and the thought of how I'm going to get that up the stairs later. Okay. Let's do the Jelly Roll Quilts book. So as I said, there's lots of great books out there that are dedicated to solely pre-cut. So if you've got any of the design rolls, Pam and Nikki Linter, I will always mention whenever we have design or jelly rolls, as Moda call them, because they always sort of, well, they've done a few books in the series now using solely jelly rolls. And their books, I must say, are lovely. The photography is beautiful. I don't know if it's this book, I think it might be another one, but they showcase the different patterns and different colourways and how different they can look. But it will go through obviously your preparation and your cutting, sorting through your jelly roll strips, making the quilt, strip piecing. If you have got a stripology, of course, even though they're 2.5 inch wide, you can subcut them really quickly and really efficiently. Or, of course, cut any fabric to 2.5 inches if you've got your stripologies. I think the mini one's in stock at the moment. That's the only one that we've got available. But have a look on the website because it's worth keeping your eyes peeled for that coming back into stock. Scarlet Steps. I like the fact that you've got lots of diagrams as well as photographs. Sometimes I'm definitely a visual learner, but sometimes I find photographs, I'm almost distracted by the fabrics and can't quite see what it is that they've done. Whereas with diagrams, it makes it so much easier to see, doesn't it? Skyline we've done before, and that is so simple. That is literally choosing how long you want your strip. You can cut any size you sort of want, and then it will tell you the measurement of doing obviously your corresponding one. See, this would look so cool in the Tula that we've got coming up in a second with a really dark dramatic background. Or you could use the white on white fabric that we use, and it's less stark than having just a plain white, and some of your favourite fabrics showcased. Sometimes, if I'm being brutally honest, if I've got a designer fabric, you don't want to always subcut it and do a complex pattern because you're really scared of how it's going to turn out if you're trying something new. Whereas sometimes the most simple patterns are actually the most effective to showcase your favourite fabrics. So there's such beautiful designs in here. Do you know we've got the Bloom and Grow range, the design roll, even just doing a design roll race with that, because you know it's all going to work, they're all going to complement each other. It's all going to be very uplifting with those beautiful Bloom and Grow colours. Sundial. We've done quite a few from this book before, by the way, so it's definitely worth having look back on our YouTube channel and seeing the demonstrations on the show. But they're spaced out really well. Pam and Nikki Lintott, mother and daughter combo, and they are fantastic. They're fantastic designers. Picnic time. Emma likes the sea. I love the sea as well. Look, I just want to be in that little den right now. Oh, the seaside. Honeycomb. See, we did a honeycomb quilt with we were looking at the Creative Grid ruler, but just using your strips to subcut to make hexes. That's so cool, isn't it? Can you believe that that's made with 2.5 inch strips? Brilliant, isn't it? I think we did that with Wendy Orlando, actually. Tutti Frutti. That's Hannah's favourite. Just so everybody knows. But your white background could be your white on white. In fact, I think looking at it, I don't know whether it's the quilting, actually. They've done lots of circular quilting. But you could use your white on white fabric. Your 9-patch sunburst, that with, I'm thinking with Kaif, or, you know, your real bright colours, your Tildas. Tildas would look beautiful. I don't know where this hour's gone. It's flown by, hasn't it? Okay, $14.99, your general techniques. Look, Emma, it is a term. Removing dog ears is a section in the book. Right, so That is your Pam and Nikki Lintott jelly roll quilts in a weekend. It's not very often that you talk about doing a quilt project in a weekend. We've all got, of course, more time on our hands. We're not going away for the weekend. Every day is kind of a weekend, isn't it, at the moment? So if you do want to do some lovely quick quilts that you're ready to go for gifts or for loved ones, then that's perfect, isn't it? White on white. It's all right. Right, so we've got the cherries. Just so you know, the cherries. Oh, well done, everybody who's got this already. Looking at, oh, you got the fleur-de-lis, or do you want the cherries? Now, it's difficult to show you on screen. Oh, no, it's not when you've got Emma. There you go. So you can see that is really, really clear that you've got those lovely cherries. In fact, on the website, we've made the pattern grey so that you can see that clearer. Remember, it is white on white. Really, really useful for your stash though, isn't it? The pattern that we just saw in the book, the white backgrounds, sometimes can look very stark just as a white background. There was quite a few of them in the book. It would be nice just with a little bit of texture and a little bit of interest to the eye. You can see that lovely cherry design. Half a metre is £6.99, but of course you can purchase as much as you want. It was sold by the half a metre. We also have the fleur-de-lis. I love that you know that. That's something that I'll remember now, the fleur-de-lis, that's symbol. It's a stylised lily print, basically. That's what it's based on. But it's very classic, isn't it? Very classic. £6.99. £6.99 a half metre. White on white. And can you just see very delicately that you've got two different scales of fleur-de-lis print. So you've got one here, and then you've also got a larger one in the centre. You can see it a lot clearer when you get it home. See it for yourself. It's so pretty. But I think even if you're using this as accents, so as I say, for collars and little girl dresses, it'd be really gorgeous, wouldn't it? £6.99. You know, if you say that you like white bedding, just to add a little bit of extra, maybe bolster cushions or scatter cushions. I love lots of cushions on my bed. She said that she likes to feel like she's on a cloud, like a big cloud. Okay, we've also got the one that I'm calling tiles. Do you know which one I mean? Oh, tiles is done. Tiles is out of stock. We've got the flowers. Launched today, just so you know, and we've already had sellouts. Oh, this is lovely. And loads of different flowers, lots of beautiful details. Here we go. Pat said, morning, Vicky. I made the Tutti Frutti quilt last August. For a friend, she loved it. Enjoyed making it. That's your favourite one, wasn't it? The Tutti Frutti one, Hannah. See, that's the one with the background as well, isn't it? With the white background. We like the name of it, Pat. I bet she was thrilled with that. What a lovely friend you are. What a lovely friend you are. Are you going to make a quilt for me, Hannah? Yeah. That's really soon, I know. £6.99. You've got the time. Okay, so they're the 4 white on white, well, 3 white on white fabrics that we've got left in stock. Can we do a couple of the design rolls? I know that we haven't got long, so can we do the tilde? Let's do Riley Blake, Bloom and Grow, and I hope that we've got also the, yes, Bloom and Grow. This was new last week. This only came in last week. In fact, who wants to make Tutti Frutti with this? Hannah does. All of those beautiful colours. Would you have your Tutti Frutti over your lovely white bed sheets then? A quilt for over the bed. And you've got the lovely navy blues as well. £49.99. But all of them are amazing. So just so you can see, a jelly roll strip is the full width of your fabric, so it's 112 wide, and they're all laser cut, ready to go. They've pinked the edges as well, so you're not going to get any. Just give it a little vacuum before you unroll it, because you're not going to get any fraying, but you might have a bit of excess lint. There is the Duster Buster back on the web, I think, as well. Is it? Yeah, Duster Buster's back on the website if you do want it. We love that little Duster Buster. It's a new phrase that I've learned. I've never heard anybody call him a Duster Buster before. So Kat's told me, and therefore I like saying it now. She's like, everyone calls it Duster Buster. Yeah, it's not a Hoover, that's a brand, isn't it? It's a vacuum cleaner. Riley Blake, Bloom and Grow, $49.99. Right. We're going to have to go. Please have a look on the website, because we didn't get a chance to do the Tula Pink design roll. There's so many on the website that you can still make the most of. The design wall is back in stock as well. Hannah spent a long time faffing around in the break trying to put that up, and we didn't even do it. But it's there behind me. You can see it there. It's the K Facet wall, the wall design wall. It's like a flannel fabric that you can stick all your pre-cuts on to have a bit of perspective from a distance when you're planning your blocks. One day we'll demo it, but we will put it on the website though. It is there available if you do want to make the most of it. Don't go anywhere though, because we've got the most adorable coat. Honestly, look at it. It's just there. It's just so cute, isn't it? It's from the So Adorable book, which is, again, guess what? So adorable. It's gorgeous. Coming out with loads of fabrics. Don't go anywhere. Adele's going to be joining me right after this. While we're having to spend more time at home again, we're here to keep you busy and entertained. Sewing Street will be live every day from 8 a.m, bringing you plenty of demonstrations with our experts in dressmaking, quilting, bag making, toy making, needle felting, embroidery, and so much more. Our community of fellow sewists on the Sewing Street Fans Facebook group are there to chat to you about whatever you're making, sharing photos and advice. Check out the Sewing Street Facebook and Instagram pages for fun competitions and offers.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So, number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual, always keep it to hand because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick and pick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. We'll see you soon.
Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too.
Hello, I'm Adelle Rowland. You may have seen me on shows already. My passion is in dressmaking. I've been sewing now for about 4 years, completely self-taught. I've actually learnt a lot from the mistakes that I've made. In my normal day job, I'm actually a secondary school science teacher, and one of the things that dressmaking has brought is the conversation starter with my students about the dresses, the tops, everything that I've made. I have 2 young daughters and a wonderful husband as well. One secret or surprising fact about me is that I actually have a silver world medal for Irish dancing. My dressmaking top tip is always remember your notches. Don't skip that part with dressmaking because those notches are very important to line up all of your seams. I can't wait to bring more dressmaking projects to you and get more people sewing.
Stuck for ideas for the perfect gift? Why not get them a gift card? You can buy Sewing Street and Yarn Lane gift cards loaded up with anything from £10 to £500. Shop our gift cards online at www.sewingstreet.com or www.yarnlane.com, or purchase them via our UK call centre on 0800 001 44 33.
Good morning, welcome back. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday morning. I must say, it's flying by today, isn't it? It's gone so quickly. We're back with Adelle, and this book is literally what it says on the tin. It's so adorable. It's so cute. So if you know anybody who's got a little baby, a little child, 1 to 3 year olds, these are based for, and they are so cute. It's really good. Value for money is amazing because you get all your patterns, you get really clear instructions, and you've got such a selections for boys and girls. So it's absolutely brilliant. So as you go through, it's got such cute photography as well. It is so cute. It starts off with all the gallery, so all of the different photographs of the beautiful cute little kids wearing all these gorgeous clothes. The boys' romper, the girls' romper. Oh, it's so cute. Party dress, fairy wings, the doll as well to go with it. The little pants. Look at the little pants with the bear on the bottom. I mean, this is so cute. I don't think you can beat children in little dungarees. It's the cutest thing ever, isn't it? Waistcoat and shorts. We were talking about special occasions earlier on. I mean, even with, page boys and flower girls and things, it can be really expensive buying the outfits, and they grow out of them so quick. Making your own, it's so personal and also just so cute. Look, they've even got little baby boots, a little baby coat, an avatar-style hat. That's so cute. Oh, I do like the spotty one as well. The pyjamas, bib, again, shoes. The cape is one that Adelle really wants to make. Look at her with a little basket. And look, she's doing her pressing as well. We've got lots of masks, feather headbands, so there's really something for everybody in here. We could just spend the whole hour indulging in this book because it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to carry on flicking through. Look, fancy dress, pirate hat, fox mask, everything. It's so cute. The projects. Now, so as you go through, you'll see it tells you the fabric that you need, the requirements, suggested fabrics, finished measurements for 1-year-old, 2-year-old and 3-year-old. depending on what width your fabric is, it will give you layout diagrams, and then it's got really clear instructions for every part along the way. So working from this book is so simple for all of the projects that we've just seen. So today we're working on page 64. There's 23 patterns in the book. We're working on the coat. So it's a beautiful smart coat, whether it's for a girl or for a boy, age 1, age 2 and age 3. Once again, it will tell you the suggested fabrics. It will tell you the finished measurements. It will also give you the layout diagrams depending on what fabric you're using. And look, it's just so cute. In the boiled wool, I love it. Plus, all of your instructions and full-size patterns, which are at the back of the book, ready to trace out. So obviously I think because obviously children grow very, very quickly, it's nice to be able to have them on lovely quality pattern paper so that you can trace them out and reuse them again. Especially if you've got a favourite thing or you've got siblings at different ages, it's nice for them to still have matching, isn't it? Matching coats and things, same but different. So all of the instructions as you go through the book are really clear to work from. I absolutely love this book. I think it's so gorgeous. Okay, we'll talk to Adelle about the instructions in the book in just a second. We've got a few bundles to show you first. So the one that Adelle was working with and has made the coat up with is this one, and it's in the grey. I love it, absolutely love it. It's so smart. It's in boiled wool, and this is enough to be able to make the largest size, which is for age 3. So £40.44, actually saving money today on this one, saving £4.50. You have 2.5 metres of your boiled wool, and then, is that correct? Sorry, no, I think I've done that wrong. So you've got your interfacing. I'll work out how much of the wool you get. I think, if I'm not mistaken, 1.5 meters of boiled wool. Right, okay. 1.5 meters of boiled wool and 1 meter of your cotton lining as well. It's lovely that you can line it in a cotton as well, so it's really nice and soft against the skin, really soft. I mean, don't get me wrong, this isn't scratchy boiled wool, but this is really nice and soft. A polyester lining can get quite hot and sticky, can't it? Whereas cotton is really lovely. So you've got your cotton lining, all of your fabric and your interfacing in the kit today for £40.44. That's a real special occasion coat, isn't it? Really, really nice. Or everyday coat, but it is a really smart look. We've also got the camel colour. I love this tan, and this would suit boys and girls, absolutely, all of them unisex. So you've got 1.5 meters of your boiled wool. You also have, I mean, this is fancy, isn't it? This is really fancy. They look very, very posh indeed with their boiled wool coat. Plus, you're getting your lining fabric, 1 meter of your cream lining fabric, and you're getting your interfacing included. £39.54. Fantastic value for all of that. With money off, you're saving £4.50. We've got it in pink. Remember, these are all to make age 3. We have got the boiled wools, well, some of the colours individually by the 1/2 meter. So if you did want less, then you can absolutely do so. Now, this one is pink with a red lining and interfacing including as well. That's really pretty, isn't it? That pink is gorgeous. Just so you know, this is 100% boiled wool. This is 100% wool for £40.44. That is lovely, absolutely lovely. Once again, it has got the saving of £4.50. That one, just so you know, is super, super popular. In fact, single figures left of that one, single figures, and that's enough to be able to make the largest size, which is age 3. Right, also, we've got a linen option, which is the one that Adelle's going to be working with. We're going to be making in this. And I must say, especially as, I know it's still cold at the moment, but if you are thinking ahead for spring and summer, this is going to be a really nice coat for spring, actually. It's like a duck egg blue, which again, great for boys or girls. You've got same amount of fabric, so 1.5 meters of your linen, this time with a navy blue cotton lining, and you're interfacing 1 meter of cotton lining. I mean, this isn't a very lightweight linen. This is slightly heavier weight linen don't get me wrong, you can get linen that you can make summer trousers with. It's a bit heavier than that, which is good for the coat, perfect for the coat. Otherwise your lining would end up being too heavy, whereas actually it complements perfectly. £26.04, another saving of £2.90 on that bundle, and that's the one that Adele's going to be working with, just so you're aware. There are other boiled wools available as well. We'll run through those before the end of the hour, but you've got the tan, the red, the blue and the teal. So if you want grey or rose, check out on the bundles. That's the only way of getting those. They aren't available by the half metre. Neither is the linen. Oh, I love this book, Adelle.
Oh,
it's so cute, isn't it?
It is. And I wish my girls were small enough that I could sew from it. Yeah, because it's got everything, hasn't it? It's got shirts, trousers, dungarees and the cape.
Oh, yeah, you love the cape, don't you? The cape on the front is just so cute.
It is
so
really
cute.
adorable. And again, there's options, so you don't have to do exactly one version. There's options that you can change. So on this one here, I put poppers on it.
Okay.
But it also talks about putting bound buttonholes, but also going through the buttonholes as well. So there's lots of options that you can do.
And all of the patterns are, you just trace them out. They're on lovely quality pattern paper, aren't they? Yeah.
So I trace using freezer paper.
Okay.
So baking paper, I find that it's thick enough, but I can also see through it.
That's good.
So what I did first was I went round on the pattern and took it. So I just used a Sharpie, put my pattern weights on, and then I went round. Now, you do use the same piece for the lining as well, but there is a slight variation to it. So do make sure that you put those onto your pattern piece as well.
Okay.
Because the lining on the front is slightly smaller because you've got a facing to go on the inside.
Can we show the inside of it?
Yes.
Because it's really lovely that it's fully lined as well.
Yeah.
It's very smart, isn't it? And your friend's little boy modelled this. Oh, my word, it's so cute. Yeah. The photos are on Facebook. You've got to have a look. It's so cute.
He looked adorable. It was funny because I finished it and I wanted to take a photo to send in to you. But it's really hard just seeing it on a hanger.
Yeah.
So I texted my friends and said, would you mind if Lenny could be a little model for me?
Oh,
and she
Lenny.
said, yeah. And then I knew she'd style it perfectly. So he had little joggers on with his jumper underneath. And then he had this with his little collar up.
Oh, he looks so cute.
So sweet. We were out walking when I got the photos and I was like, oh,
oh, have a look. It's on the Facebook page. You've got to have a look because it is so smart.
Yeah, and he's 18 months and all he had to do slightly was just roll up the sleeves.
Okay.
So if you want this for a coat that's going to last a few years, you could go up a size.
Right.
Because don't forget, if you've got a jumper on the inside anyway, and there's loads of room, it's really quite spacious.
Yeah.
It sort of comes out that way so you can put a nice jumper underneath but still go through. But also as well, boiled wool. Perfect for the washing machine.
Oh, brilliant. And is it all right to sew with?
Yes, it sewed up really nicely. The only thing was when you obviously get to the point where you've got many layers.
That is going to be quite bulky.
Yeah, that was the only thing. So it does talk about it in the book about trimming those seams back.
Okay.
So it's really important that you do that. Otherwise it would be too bulky there. But apart from that, it went through the machine really nicely. It cut really nicely when I was cutting it out.
And it doesn't fray.
No.
Doesn't fray at all,
so
does
good.
it?
But you don't have to worry anyway about finishing
lined.
your seams because it's all lined.
All encased.
And this part down here, I probably won't get onto it today, but one thing that I was sort of sitting there going, this is not going to work. So this part of the lining is higher and this part is lower.
Right.
But what you do is you do almost like a diagonal seam line here.
Yeah.
And I did go a bit of a wow when I turned it round and it worked. So it's fabulous. I love this coat.
Oh, it is absolutely perfect, isn't it? And so in the linen, this is more of a sort of springtime.
Yes.
coat,
Yes.
isn't it? But still, it's still quite a nice weight to it, isn't it, for a jacket?
Yeah, yeah. So it's going to hang really nicely as well, but because it's lined, it's still going to be warm.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. Now, today we're going to talk about this pocket here. So we've got an actual pocket that
Not an illusion.
Not an illusion, not a fake pocket. Although I bet lots of people have found, I've done this, that when you get a new suit jacket, they sew the pocket up, don't they, so that it lies flat.
Yeah.
And then you don't realise for about 3 years.
They're actually pockets. Yeah.
But yeah, because when my girls were little, all they wanted to do was pick up treasures.
That's it,
So-
going for walks. That's a lovely Sunday walks, finding little treasures, putting them in your pocket.
Stones. I don't know why stones are so appealing to children, but they are. And then they can go in there. Like I say, look, it's a good deep pocket.
Oh, good. That's good.
So it's a nice deep pocket. So we're going to have a look at that. Now there's also an option to put a pocket. I can't get my words out. Put a pocket or two. Put a pocket on the inside as well if you wanted to.
Nice.
So you can put a pocket on the lining as well. All right. Right, let's have a look at
Oh, hang
this.
on. We've got a picture of Lenny.
Yes. Oh, he's adorable.
Will Lenny be watching, do you think?
I think so. I think so.
How cute is this?
No.
Oh, and you say he's 18 months old, isn't he?
Yes.
So, like you say, that's going to last him a couple of years, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. And look at him with his little jumper and joggers on with it.
I think you've got to give this jacket to him. It just suits him so well, doesn't
I knew
it?
it would. I knew it would when I had made it. I was like, right, I know the exact little boy that would fit this.
Oh,
and
he's a cute. Oh, he's so cute.
he's going to break some hearts, isn't he?
I know, he's very cute.
Oh. Right, so we're going to do the front pockets. Okay, so make sure that you do label these as either the inside or the front, because I'd hate it for you to put the pocket on the wrong point, because once you've cut it, unfortunately, there's no way going back. Okay, and then this is the inner front pocket. So this is this part here, which is folded down. Okay, so that will fold over like that to create your pocket back. So what I've done already on here is I've transferred my points and also I've cut open. Okay.
Right.
And my mother-in-law always tells me, measure twice, cut once.
Good
so,
tip.
Di, I know she's watching, so a big hello.
Oh.
She always says, measure twice, cut once. If you've measured it, don't be frightened, just a snip in. Okay?
Does your mother-in-law sew then as
Yes, she does. And she does it on a hand singer, an old-fashioned hand
wow.
singer. And she's made huge quilts using that.
We have to get her on.
Yeah.
We have to get her on.
So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to make the little tab. So the tab is lined with the lining fabric, whereas the inside is with the same fabric here.
Right.
Now, if you felt that it was too bulky,
Yeah.
there is enough in the bundle that you can do this pocket bag in the lining fabric as well.
Ah, brilliant.
So
okay.
it's up to you how you want to do it, and that is the beauty of dressmaking. There's no rules really.
The bundle that Adele's referring to, the one that she's made up, is this one here. Is this one in the box there
Yeah.
to the side of it. The one that Lenny was modelling. Lots of people asking which is the colourway that Lenny was wearing. It's this one. Brilliant,
Yeah.
thank you.
So yeah, you can swap this part out if you've got the boiled wool and you don't really want a big bulky pocket.
Can you just bring it all to your right slightly?
Oh,
thank
yes.
you. Perfect, thank you.
The cross on there. Right, so I'm going to first of all make my tab. Now we do need to interface this tab. So this way you've got interfacing within the pack and the bundle. And the way I do it, you can either use your pattern piece to cut it out on interfacing, but what I do is I put my piece onto my interfacing, put a pin in it, and then cut round. And it doesn't matter that this is a bit rough because we're actually going to be trimming these seams anyway. Then what I'm going to do is right size to right size, and we're going to do the curve around there. Right, so I'll put a few pins in. Again, it's just a normal stitch length, and I'm going to go around here, and then we're going to flip that through.
What's your seam allowance through?
1.5.
through this? 1.5 again?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it seems to be quite common in most dressmaking, but there are some which is 1 centimetre, or if you buy patterns like from Europe,
Yeah.
sometimes they might go, it's still in inches, or American ones still go in inches. So most common is 1.5 centimetres. So we're going around a curve again, so just take your time going around that curve. And there we go. Okay, and I'm going to trim this down. Okay, just with the normal pair of scissors, I'm going to trim it down and then just cut into the seam allowance on those corners.
Okay.
Just so that it fits really nicely and flat. Right, so I didn't need to worry about the fussiness on the interfacing because you're not going to see it. So let me just put a few little notches into these corners.
Is that just going to give you a smoother curve?
Yes, and especially if you've got the bulkier wool, make sure you don't skip this part.
Okay.
Just so that we get that professional end look. But it's adorable.
Oh, it is so, so cute.
Right. I think the bundles as well would be enough for the cape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you wanted, if the coat wasn't your thing, you wanted the cape,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it would be enough.
Oh, that's good to know because that cape is adorable. I'll find the picture of it. Oh, it's so cute. I mean, there's amazing projects in this book, but look at that. Oh.
And it's very fashionable at the moment, isn't it, these traditional clothes?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you used to make clothes for your children when they were little?
Well, this is what actually got me into dressmaking. I made the girls' little pinafore dresses just out of cotton.
Yeah.
They were my very first makes that I made and then branched into my own. So, yeah. Now I still have to make for them. Oh, I can't put that back on. They've now got a list of what they want.
Oh, really? Yeah. You say your 11-year-old's particular as well, isn't she? About
yes, yes.
her
So
outfits?
she knows exactly what fabric, what
That's
pattern.
good.
So yeah, so when the summer comes, I know I'll be making a few more play suits for her.
Oh, lovely.
Right, we're now going to just baste this on the top of this hole here.
Okay.
Okay. So we're just going to put it in place. We don't need this to be an exact stitch. Because what we're going to do in a minute, we're going to sandwich that with that inside.
Right.
So by just keeping that there, then I know I'm not shifting around as it moves. And I
So do you
can't see it.
lengthen your stitch to baste it, or?
So with this one, I would just lengthen it slightly. It doesn't need to be too much. It doesn't need, because it's only a small part here. And you're going to baste within the 1.5 centimetres. So it needs to be within less than 1.5 centimetres there.
Okay.
Okay. So there I've basted this on. Now this is an opportunity just to check that we're all lined up. And what you can see is my pocket is just slightly a little bit bigger than my hole. So all I'm going to do is just put a tiny little snip there, just so then I know when it folds in it's not going to create a pucker.
Okay.
Okay. Now what we're going to do is put this part on the top. And I'm going to admit now, this bit did bamboozle me a little.
I've never seen a pocket done like this before.
No. And the instructions are really good because they've actually got illustrations. I prefer illustrations over photos.
I'm a visual learner, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, diagrams. Sometimes when you're looking at photographs, you can be distracted by fabrics, can't you?
Yes, yeah, you'd be distracted by fabrics and then you can't quite see the stitch
That's
line,
it.
whereas on an illustration, they'll give you a clear sort of dotted line to where you need to sew. So this did fool me a little, but as always, get your unpicker close by, because it doesn't matter if you go wrong.
Yeah, there you go.
Does not matter.
Take note at this part then. So we're pinning it in place.
Yep, so we're pinning our pocket with our flap in the middle to the front of our coat. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 lines of stitching. Don't do the ends at the moment, because what we'll do is we'll join those ends up in a moment when we do it on the inside.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the hope that it works live on air.
Oh, it will.
Right, so I'm just, let me put my stitch down, that's it.
So is this again with your 1.5 centimetres or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can just feel where the pocket finishes. Make sure you do go over the end of the pockets so that you get a nice finish and the pockets, the little flap, sorry, is all nicely tucked in. Right. Now this is the bit where I went, oh. So what we're going to do is post this through the hole, okay? So post that. Do you see it now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Post this through the hole, and this is where your pressing really comes in, because you need to press this nice and flat before we sew the next part. So let me give you a quick visual of what it looks like. So there we've got our pocket sitting inside our flap.
Ah, that makes sense. I've seen this. It's like the post box way that Debbie Shaw does her pockets on bags. It's similar to that, isn't it?
So I'm now going to really press this, and that's the nice thing about boiled wool. You can press it with quite a hot temperature.
Oh, nice. It presses really nice. I mean, that's the linen, isn't it? At the moment? And that again, obviously it's known to crease more so, but it still presses beautifully.
Yeah, this linen doesn't crease too much actually.
Oh, that's good.
And I think with the pattern on the fabric, if there was a bit of a crease, you wouldn't really see it. Okay. So really get into that. And this is, sometimes you've just got to ease it with your fingers. There might be a tiny little pucker, and if you just use your steam...
Just come back to your right a little bit, sorry.
Use your steam, use the iron just to get into those corners to get that pucker out. There we go. There we are, and then let me put that down flat. If you've got a clapper, that would be really useful if you're doing it on the wool.
Oh, okay.
So,
do you know, we don't have a clapper at the moment, do we? We did have one in stock, and it's gone, and it hasn't come back for ages.
Oh.
I'll have to ask and make sure that we get one of those, because clapper's really useful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just to really just press those seams, especially if you're doing the wool on this. I gave it a really, really good press, and it just makes it sure that it sits flat rather than flapping up. Okay, so from the outside, you can see just a tiny pucker there, so I'm just going to iron and make sure that's gone. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is just sew up the pocket from the inside. Okay, so here we've got the inside, and I'm going to go round here.
Right.
Okay, and you don't need to worry about finishing this seam again, because this is going to all be enclosed in the lining.
Oh, good point, yeah.
Yeah, so this linen doesn't actually fray too much, but we don't even need to worry about that because it's going to all be encased, and then the lining will be perfect.
And they are nice sized pockets, like you said, aren't they?
Oh yes. Chocolates. Hide the chocolate away.
That's it, absolutely all the stones.
Just you wait. You'll find all sorts in your pockets. Oh. Even now they find things and they're like, look at this. It's a treasure.
Oh, amazing.
Oh. Right.
Just so you know, someone messaged in saying that it was snowing in Derby, and that's not too far from you, is it?
No, my friends have messaged me and said, don't hang around afterwards, it is snowing at home.
Oh, okay.
So I hope it won't be too bad. But it's quite an easy route from here to there because it's down the motorway, which will be open, so that'll be all right. And I normally nip to McDonald's for tea, for lunch afterwards. Right, there we go. We've got our lovely little pocket. I'm just going to give it a nice press again.
You love your McDonald's, don't you, Adele?
I do. But that's where I met my husband, so...
Oh, was it?
We both worked.
Oh,
yeah, we both worked there.
That's so good.
So, it's a little Golden Arches love story.
Oh, do you know what? We were talking yesterday about cravings, and Adele was telling me this morning that was your craving, wasn't it? Just McDonald's. She used to secret eat McDonald's at lunchtime.
On the way home from school, I had to go past McDonald's, so I'd nip in.
That's not the weirdest one I've heard. Kerry from Living in Loveliness, she was telling me that her friend used to really crave eating bath mats, like the rubber of a bath mat.
Really?
Yeah.
You hear all sorts, don't you? Like some people like stones and chalk and coal. Oh. But it's a way of your body telling you that you need something else.
Right.
So obviously something might be missing. Oh no. Right, let's have a go now at the collar. So I'm going to put these two front pieces at the shoulders on the back, which I do have here, yes. Okay, so we're going to join these at the shoulder seams. So there's my back. Look, there's loads of lovely room in that, isn't there? For a jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, because you want to be able to put, like you say, a nice jumper or something underneath.
Yes, you can put a little hoodie. It's very cute.
Just so you know, your side graphic is for the linen, which is the one that Adele's working with.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Have you done the two of the same side? It happens. It happens. Oh no. Oh, in fact, so have you sewn the pocket on the wrong way, basically? Right, I'm with you. It doesn't matter. We'll have it's a design feature.
Shall we just style it out and go with?
Let's go with it. Let's imagine it's on the right side.
Oh dear, dearie me.
These things happen when you're on the telly. Sorry, we distracted to talk about McDonald's, didn't we?
Yeah, look, sorry. So that should have been on that side.
Right, so, I mean, this is a good point, though, because actually, when you're looking at pattern fabrics, easy to distinguish which is your right and which is your wrong side. At home, do you have a way of distinguishing?
I pin it, and I didn't.
Okay.
Oh, I should have done that while I was waiting. Right, let's not waste the time doing that again. We all know that it's on the right side, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
We know the technique, and it will be exactly the same, just on the other side.
Oh.
Easily done when it's the same on the reverse, though, isn't it?
Yes.
So just be mindful of that.
I apologise,
That's why Adele's done
everyone. But like I always say, I have learned from my mistakes. I'm not professionally trained or anything. I've just given it a go. And if it's gone wrong, that's why I brought my own picker. And even though I've done it wrong, I haven't cut anything, so I would be able to just quickly put that on correctly.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, because the slot's still going to stay in the same place. Everything else is going to stay the same, isn't it?
Yes.
Message from Georgina. Hi, girls. Brilliant. Even love the mistakes. My daughter used to bring frogs home in her pockets.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my word.
Oh. Frog, imagine that.
Well, my little nephew, he loves collecting snails.
Yes.
So he'll have snails in his pockets.
Ooh.
But frogs.
Oh
I
dear.
couldn't even pick a frog up. They're too slimy.
Well, I didn't know this, but frogs actually scream. So my cat caught a frog in our garden, put her foot on it. She's a bit lazy. She didn't know what to do after that. And the frog was screaming. And I was like, get off, Kiki. Leave the frog alone.
No way.
Oh, dearie me. Right. So we've got a bottom collar, under collar, and a top collar. Okay. The under collar is cut in 2 pieces, whereas the top collar is cut on the fold, okay?
Yeah.
And you apply interfacing to the underside collar, and that gives it a really nice stand-up feel
well,
like
if you do want to have collar up then.
Look really smart. So I'm going to do this seam here, then I'm going to press it open, and then that will go on top of the other collar piece.
Right, okay.
Okay? Right.
Do you need to interface the ball wool as well?
Yes, I did, just so that it just made it give it that extra bit of stability. But if you want a soft collar and don't want it too bulky or standing up, then just leave the interfacing out. Okay, because the wool doesn't really stretch out of space, shape.
Yeah.
There.
It's quite a good place to start, actually, with dressmaking, isn't it, children's clothes? We were talking about this earlier, because you, I suppose you haven't got as many darts and curves and things like that. And also, it takes up less fabric and less space.
Yes.
So actually, if you are starting out dressmaking, children's clothes is a really, really good place to learn all those techniques.
It is a really nice place to start, especially you're not wasting loads of fabric. I used to get a whole dress out of just 1 metre of fabric. So yeah, it's a great place to start, and it comes together so quickly because you've got tiny little seams. They're easy to navigate through the machine, because I have to say, I was a little bit worried, wool going through my machine, is it going to go through okay? Yeah, it did, because they're only little things. I haven't got the big coat to try and fit underneath that part.
Yeah.
So it is a great place to start. And plus, you can be more adventurous with colours, with patterns.
Yeah.
I made one of my daughters like a Goldilocks print, and I would love to rock it, but I couldn't.
Oh, cute.
So she just looked really great in that. But yeah, go for it. And they're not going to complain that it's slightly out. They might complain that they can't get their frogs in their pockets because they're on the inside. Well, you learn from your mistakes. Okay, so I'm going to do the same again, 1.5 centimetres all the way round my collar, taking it slowly when we get to the curves. There we go. And again, we'll trim this down.
We've got a dressmaking extravaganza this weekend, because we've got dressmaking with Clive tomorrow as well.
Oh, really?
So a gents dress. I think we've got a gents shirts tomorrow and a so different dress. So we've got some more dressmaking full weekend.
Oh.
The amount of people who have got into it through, through the lockdown and through sewing in general, I know is obviously absolutely boomed, but dressmaking as well.
Yeah,
You've got a bit more time to sort of sit and think about it.
Yeah, and I think people are now starting to realise that it's easier than you think it is to do. It's a nice way of relaxing. I find sewing, like dressmaking, relaxing, but also you are able to wear what you've made.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
you can
go out and
showcase
show
it.
off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. I bet it's so exciting as well, finding fabrics that you love and. Yeah.
Yes, I always buy fabrics with a pattern in mind, and then sometimes they sit in my stash, waiting for me to do it. But then it's just exciting. I love fabric shopping.
You need to speak to the team about getting the pattern and the fabric for your top in, because so many people have messaged about
Oh, have
it.
they?
Yeah, we'd love to. We really want to do it as well. We want to know how to make it, because I want one of those. It's really nice.
I've made another one in more of a drapier jersey, like a viscose jersey, and these are like really dramatic.
Oh, nice.
You can't beat a dramatic sleeve, can you?
No.
There we go. Right, let's go around here. And again, I'm just going to nip into those corners so that it lies nice and flat when we attach it.
Here we go. Here's what Pat said. My brother used to put pebbles in his mouth, not pocket, in his mouth. One day, Mum was taking them out, and one of the pebbles, there was a snail.
Oh!
Oh my word! Oh, Pat.
Oh dear!
Things you collect as a child, whether it be like in your pockets or in your mouth.
Yeah. My eldest loved worms when she was little, and she'd happily just go and pick them up out of the garden.
But putting them in her mouth?
No. She'll just inspect them like, ooh. And now she's the one that helps us all with spiders. All of us in the house hate spiders apart from her. So when there's a spider, we're like, Evelyn, can we get the spider, please? Right, I'm going to turn this through. And again, press, press, press.
Okay.
Give everything a good press just to get those seams nice and flat. Don't ever skip your pressing stage. It really is so important.
Oh, it does make such a difference, doesn't it, on your finished garment?
Yeah, and it also helps to make sure that all your seams line up correctly, everything aligns. It's really very important. Right.
Do you set yourself up a bit of a station when you're...
Yeah, so when I'm sewing, I'll have the ironing boards up behind me. I make sure I've got everything with me before I start. And then I like to put the iPad on and watch TV when I sew. So I sometimes have my headphones on.
Yeah, no, lots of people who listen to podcasts and, have that really nice relaxing time, listen to music or radio or like you said, telly on.
I remember when I first started sewing, I was like, oh no, I've got to be able to concentrate. And now I think I've just got in a flow with it. And yeah, I just love watching TV as I'm sewing away. And then the husband brings in treats
Oh, nice.
Right, I'm just going to, again, like we did with the pocket, I'm just going to put a basting stitch just to make sure that this stays together, because then when we put this onto the actual coat, it just keeps everything in line.
Okay. So we've got about 10 minutes, Hannah. We've got about 10 minutes with you, Adele.
Perfect. Ooh, let me increase that slightly.
Do you find that when you're working with the wool as well, you might need to increase your stitch to help with the bulk?
Yes, yes. And it's all down to practice. If you want to, remember, get a couple of pieces of just scrap and put them through the machine before you start. So that you know, because as well, machines may behave differently. And I would always start as well with a brand new needle.
Right, okay.
Just so that I make sure that I am not going to...
Is there a particular needle that you use with wool?
I just use a universal, but I just make sure it's a brand new needle.
Okay.
So that I know that it's going to pierce that fabric, and especially when it gets to the bulk part, it's going to fit nicely. Okay, so we're now going to put this onto the front of our little jackets. And don't worry, the front bits do not match up to the ends of the front pieces.
Right.
Okay, don't worry about that, because we have this extra part here that is part of your button. So don't try and squeeze or pull this collar into place. Match your notches. This is where your notches come into play on the back. Oh, let's put that on the other side. Remember, underside and the right side of your collar. So I'm going to match those bits up first, and then I will continue back round. And then this is quite a chunky seam, so do be aware of this.
The instructions are really nice though, aren't they, throughout? It really takes you sort of step by step with, like you said, diagrams and lots of written instructions. Which to say that you've got, how many patterns did you say in this book, Hannah?
23.
23?
Yes, and at the end...
$14.99, that's really good, isn't it?
And at the end it's got a nice section of techniques. So you can talk about a bound buttonhole.
Oh, nice.
So there's lots of good things.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, even just for a beginner, it's a really good book. And like you say, $14.99, you normally pay for one pattern for that, and you've got 23 patterns here.
Yeah, go on, do the maths then, Hannah. I know that we were really good at maths earlier. Adele would be really proud of our maths. 23 patterns at $14.99. You've got buttonholes, handwork buttonholes. You've also got lovely techniques at the back here for your snap fastenings, bound buttonholes. We're at 60 something pence a pattern. 65
Really?
pence a pattern, Adele.
Wow.
I mean, you just could not do that. A pattern of this quality,
Yeah.
even if you were to go to, second-hand charity shops or something and pick up patterns, that's so low, isn't it?
Yes.
65 pence a pattern, that's brilliant. And what else? They've got really lovely diagrams of how to do a chain stitch, your buttonhole stitch if you're hand stitching it, satin stitch, cross stitch. There's some really, really lovely techniques in there. Because I suppose, and the templates, of course, if you're doing any of the masks and the bear to put on the pants. So cute. So you could transfer these skills. So you could do a dress with a bear on the front.
Oh, do you know what? A little dungarees with a little motif on the front, on the pocket.
Yeah.
And a plique there. That would look gorgeous.
Also taking measurements, because even though we're talking about children's sizes here, again, still children, all different sizes. So it's really good to be able to know exactly where to measure children as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really great book, and like I say, if my girls were younger, I'd be jumping on this book because there's so many little patterns in there.
Yeah, I mean, these would have fit me from when I was a newborn.
We saw your photo earlier.
I know, you had big babies too.
I did.
You weren't a big baby though. You were only
I was a little tiny baby.
4 pounds.
Yeah.
Whereas I was a colossal 10-pound baby.
Okay, so here is our collar onto our front. So I'll show you the front that actually has worked. Okay, and again, remember, we're going to leave this part here because when you put the facing on, we're going to have a nice little sort of extra step there. And don't worry about all of this. It's going to be all encased in the lining.
Lovely.
And it just sits really nicely, look.
Oh, yeah, it does. It's going to look lovely in the linen, actually, isn't it? I wasn't quite, if I'm being brutally honest, when I saw it in the wool, I was just sold in the wool, and I thought, don't know how the linen's going to sit, if it's going to work as well, but it does work really well.
Yes, yeah.
It just spring,
it looks so
especially.
cute. Should we ever go put in a pocket?
Yeah,
Not a pocket, a sleeve. Have we got time for a sleeve?
4 minutes, 4 minutes?
Yeah, let's go for it. So, with the sleeve, we do need to ease it in.
They just imagined you just saying, yeah, let's go for it, and just staying down there and hiding.
And they'd be like, I don't know where she's gone. Okay.
Just hiding.
So, let me talk about easing. If we've only got 4 minutes, let's talk about what easing is, okay? I've actually got the piece here. So there's a few things that we need to include on the sleeve. So let me take that off the lining so that we can actually look at this. So on the sleeve, we have a notch here that tells me that's the front. We have 2 notches here that tells me that's going to attach to the back.
And is that universal?
Yes, 2 always at the back, 1 for the front.
Okay.
And then we've got these 3 points here. And these 3 points will help us to attach them, because this part here is actually on the top shoulder seam. So it's not actually right in the centre, it's this point here. And it's between these 3 points that we're going to put some long length stitches, so that it's a slight gather. Now it's not a full gather, it's just to help you ease that curve into the sleeve.
Right.
So you will pin from here to here, here to here. Just pull your thread just to get that slightly gathered, and then that will fit really nicely into the bodice. Also, this sleeve actually has a dart on its shoulder.
Oh, right. Where's that on the actual coat?
Because that was a nice touch, I thought. So that's the front of it, and then we've got a little dart sitting on the elbow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a nice feature, isn't it?
So it makes it really versatile, and then children don't stop, they don't stand still, so having a little dart in there just gives it that extra bit of comfort while they're moving around. But you do have to put that also into the lining. Don't forget that dart in the lining.
Okay.
So yeah, let's put that up there. Oh, it's like Challenge Annika. Do you remember that programme?
Yes, I do. Challenge Annika.
Oh, Annika Rice. So if I just quickly, if we've got 4 minutes, I'll show you just how to ease. So I'm doing my stitches within my seam allowance. And even just by doing that, as you can see, it's gathered it up slightly itself.
Oh, yeah.
So then we've got the front notch there, front notch there. We've got the back notches there, and then we can ease this sleeve in. So there's a slight amount, look here, that's a little bit too much. So all I'm going to do is pull my thread, and that just gathers it up very slightly, finds my point that it's going to match with the seam at the top, and then pin. And just distribute those gathers. Might need a little bit more there. Ooh. There. And let's quickly sew this.
Going back down to a normal stitch length.
Yes. And now when you come to this easing in part, just take your time, make sure that it hasn't folded over, that you're not going to end up with folds in your fabric. We don't want that, do we?
Do you want a horrible story from Yvonne about pockets?
Oh,
I don't know, do we, Hannah? She said, yeah, you do. My mum found a ball in my brother's pocket trouser, and when he was little, but when she picked it up, she realised it had, he had knotted a load of worms together.
Oh
no, Yvonne.
Oh, wow. impressive that he can knot some worms.
Oh.
Poor mum for finding that though.
Oh no.
Oh, they're so delightful. Okay.
Kathleen, she says, I joined in late. Is this a pattern from a book? Yes, it's the So Adorable book. We'll do a roundup in just a second.
Okay, and there we've got our lovely sleeve, nicely set in.
Ah, amazing. So it's put in on the flat as well, which is
Yes.
nice and easy to do, isn't it?
Yep, and then we'll just match up those seams and match up those seams there. But as you can see, you can only see a slight gather in there.
Yeah.
But it just helps it sit in really nicely.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love having you here, Adelle.
Oh, thank you for having me.
When are you back on?
I'm back on in February, and then I'm coming back for when it's your birthday. First birthday celebrations.
Valentine's Day, isn't it?
I'm coming
Or
back
over
in March. Yeah,
Valentine's,
so it's
around
early
then.
March.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. Brilliant. Thank you so much. We love having you here, especially with gorgeous pants. I mean, these are amazing, aren't they? Love today's project.
So lovely.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you so much.
Right, so the So Adorable book, Kathleen, if you missed this, oh, it's amazing. And we worked out it's 65 pence a pattern. You do get all of your beautiful quality pattern paper at the back. You just need to obviously to transfer those onto freeze paper or your tracing paper, your pattern paper, whatever you want to do. It's got lots of great techniques towards the back with gathering, with pressing, decorative finishing touches, hand stitching techniques. And at the front, I mean, just look at all of the different projects you've got in here. From capes to dresses, to pyjamas, to hats, to shoes, to pants. Look at these. These are so adorable. Dungarees, romper suits. There are so many amazing patterns in here. We've thoroughly loved it. If you're doing the coat, you can add buttons to it if you want. You can do poppers like Adelle has today. And the patterns themselves are really clear. Your instructions are brilliant. Waistcoats, party dresses. So the coat, let me find it, is on page 64. So it's ages 1, 2 and 3. You've got, of course, all of the patterns are ages 1, 2 and 3. You've got suggested fabrics, finished garment measurements, depending on the width of your fabric, how to lay out your pattern pieces. And then the second page you can see here is really clear instructions with diagrams as well. Jot down today's date, which is the 23rd of January, if you do want to watch it back on YouTube when you get your kids home. But I must say, the book is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Such great projects in here, something for everybody. A great variety of different things, even like little dolls in here. And butterfly wings and hats, pirate hat, a crown. So cool for boys and girls. There's some really lovely projects. So £14.99 for your book. Now we've also put together some bundles to make the coat. But Adelle was saying, do you know what, actually, you could probably make the cape with this bundle as well. Just saying. If you want the grey bundle, you get 1.5 meters of your boiled wool. If you want to make Lenny's coat, honestly, oh, look at him. This is Lenny. This is Adelle's friend's little boy, and he is so cute wearing the coat in the grey. He looks so smart, doesn't he? Very trendy, very trendy. £40.44, which you've noticed already has a discount as well. So you're getting a £4.50 saving on this, plus you're getting a cotton lining, lovely and soft, plus you're getting interfacing included in the bundle today. It's gorgeous. Oh, Sue has said, I've really enjoyed today's show. She says, I'd really love to have a little girl to sew for because aren't they just so cute, all the projects? We've also got the linen one, which is the one that Adelle was working with, which is this one. And it's the lovely duck egg blue, which is, again, unisex, isn't it? Whether it's for a boy or for a girl. £26.04 with the saving of £2.90. You get 1.5 meters of your linen, 1 metre of your navy blue lining, and your medium weight interfacing. £26.04. Absolutely love that. Now, just so you know, the tan is available on the website. It's also available by the 1/2 metre. There's a few of the different colours available by the 1/2 metre if there's a certain size that you're after. The pink, though, Very popular indeed. Oh, this in the Cape would be gorgeous as well. Absolutely. You get 1.5 meters of board wool, which is extra wide. Plus you're also getting your metre of your red lining, and this time which is a cotton, and then you get your medium weight interfacing. It's £40 and 44 pence. Right, there's so many bits and bobs on the website that we didn't get a chance to do. Things like the Bellray steamer, tape measure, scissors, snaps, all things like that. So have a look. Also more board wool by the 1/2 metre. It will be played through, so it's there underneath on the web. Now, we are about to tune over to Yarn Lane. So if you're watching on the telly, stay where you are. If you're watching on Facebook or on the web, go to yarnlane.com or Yarn Lane TV on Facebook. Tomorrow's show with Debbie Shaw, I believe. No, I think it's Bex Reed tomorrow, isn't it? It's with Bex Reed. So you've got January favourite fabrics coming up at 8 o'clock. We've got Clive on at 9 o'clock with a McCall's pattern men's shirt. 10 o'clock we've got bag making supplies. 11 o'clock we've got the Gabby dress, which is a So Different pattern with, pattern preacher pattern, sorry, with Clive as well. And then at 12 o'clock, sewing machines that are left in stock, well I say left in stock, that are available in stock. Everything that we have available. Whenever we say sewing machine hours, it scares me because they keep selling out. Every day I come in and there's another sewing machine that's sold out. So we've got a whole hour at 12 o'clock with what we've got available. I'm about to turn over to Yarn. Stay tuned for Yarn Lane. Stay exactly where you are. If you're on Facebook, go to Yarn Lane TV, where you can continue to watch us live. We've got some discounts on all things yarn, patterns, kits. We've got the lot, so don't go anywhere. I'll see you on Thursday on Sewing Street, but stay where you are for Yarn Lane.